Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Good evening, hello there, good evening. I am the Chris who plays games, and I am kind of late. So, welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever I feel like, every Friday at 9:15. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Second. Okay, I am back. Readjusted here. We are good and sequined up tonight as we were on Monday night. This night I do have the additional benefit of the fishnets to go with the corset. So I got the corset, the tutu, the fishnets, of course the power bracers, the bow tie, and the spinny hat. So we are all set here tonight. I've rainbowed up the wazoo and ready to get back to this game. So I hope you are all ready to be here with me tonight, and we're gonna play some games. So we have been playing Celeste. Celeste is a kind of a hardcore platformer, puzzle platformer. I've been having a lot of fun playing with it, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it. We're about 3.5 hours in right now. I'm gonna take another sip of my Coke. That's brisk, baby. Oh, wait, that's Lipton's iced tea. Never mind. All right. So we have died 749 times so far in the 3.5 hours we have been playing. And, yeah. So, glad to see you here, James Holder, James Moose III. Happy to have everybody here. And, let's get right down to it. Let's start this baby off. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you did have a lovely Friday. My Friday was decent. I resolved the issues that I was having on Monday, on Thursday, so that's pretty good. Alright, I have just rescued Theo. Theo is another climber on this mountain. I am Celeste, attempting to make it to the top of this mountain, fighting my demons along the way. So let's continue with this. If you can see or hear this, please say something, because my chat doesn't, no one has said anything. It makes me worry. Okay, it does say 5 people are watching, so presumably something is working. Okay, Theo, you're awake. Am I? I'm skeptical. Okay, cool. I had a messed up nightmare. Yeah, about that. It wasn't so much a nightmare. Oh, yep. It's all coming back to me now. That actually happened. Thanks for getting us out of there. I'm glad we're in it together. I don't know if I could have done that alone. What's really going on here? Clearly this isn't a normal mountain. What's really going on here? I should have told you sooner. Back at the ruins, a part of me escaped from a mirror. A part I'm not very proud of. I swear I dreamt it. You think the mountain made her real? Yeah. She's been haunting me the whole time. She last out at Mr. Oshiro. I think she was the reason the gondola stalled out, and she was there in the temple. Why didn't you say something? I wouldn't have gone into that temple if I knew this mountain was capable of. I tried to stop you. You could have mentioned that your demon doppelganger was on the loose. Okay, Theo, let's not beat me up too much here. Come on, Theo. You know how crazy this sounds. I didn't even believe myself. Okay. I can't do like I can't do a Barry White voice. I was gonna like try and pretend and do a Barry White voice, and I can't even pretend to do a Barry White voice. I don't even know like how to. My voice doesn't do that. Next time, just talk to me though. I promise I'll believe you. Okay. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you, Theo, for leaving me back there. I mean, believing in you was the easy part. I wish I could have helped. No problem, James. I was just making sure. I always worry that, like, I don't know, when no one's saying anything, I worry I haven't actually hit the live button, or I'm still configured to stream to, you know, Twitch or Mixer or something by accident. I was pretty useless stuck in that thing. You actually helped a lot. Honestly, I couldn't have made it without your support. Why is it so easy for you to trust me? Honestly, you remind me of my sister. That's adorable. What's she like? Oh, you'd love her. Actually, you might not get along at first, but you'd eventually love her. She's a literal rock star. She's a musician? That's so cool. Okay, she's not literally a literal rock star. She's just amazing at everything. She's studying to be a civil rights lawyer. Oh, that's nice. Wow. How do I remind you of her? You both live so deep inside your own heads. Oh, well, that's not really great, but she has this amazing internal compass. It's obvious that she'll get where she needs to be. I can see that in you too. Oh, that's kind of nice. I wish I could see the same for myself. Oh, poor Theo. Who do you think built the temple? It looks ancient. It must predate everything else on the mountain. The resort, the ruins, the city. There's a lot of history here. Hello, Org Chaos. Yes, I am colorful. Colorful and beautiful. There's a lot of history here. Yeah, this mountain has meant so many things to so many people. I'm starting to understand why that crazy old lady lives here. You ran into her too? What's her deal? I think she's just a mean person, but she does seem pretty content living out here. Your sister sounds great. I really remind you of her? Are you kidding me? You're the one who dead set on climbing this mountain and you don't even know why. That's classic Alex. I'm just teasing you. Why are you climbing the mountain anyways? You're right. I don't even know why. I just had to get out of my head. I'm stuck in a cycle. You're preaching to the choir here. I've had many a soul-destroying day job. Work is fine, actually. I'm going crazy. I can't stop thinking about dumb crap that doesn't matter. My brain fixates on these stupid things that happened forever ago. I should be over them. None of it even matters. Sorry. I'm good at keeping up appearances, but the truth is I'm barely holding it together. I'm so sorry. That's pretty rough stuff. Can I help? You're already helping. It feels good to say it out loud. You don't talk to anyone about it? No, not really. My mom knows I get depressed and have panic attacks, but that's about it. Get a therapist, Celeste! Jesus Christ. No wonder you feel trapped. How do you cope with anything? I drink, mostly. There you go. And get mad at people on the... See? Drinking and getting mad at people on the internet. Celeste is a woman after my own heart. I will give her that. Would you mind talking about what depression is like? I mean, it sucks. Yep, pretty much. But what does it feel like? I mean, mostly it doesn't feel like anything. Alex struggles with it too. I really want to understand. We can talk about something else if you want. It's like I'm at the bottom of the ocean. I can't see anything in any direction. It's claustrophobic, yet I feel exposed. I remember feeling normal, but now it just feels like just out of reach no matter what I try. Then again, I was probably always messed up. It just took something hurtful to bring it out. There must be something wrong with me. Whatever happened, I'm sure it's not your fault. I guess I thought that I could, I don't know. I'm just floating in this abyss, swimming in a random direction, hoping that I find something. That's really why I'm here. But I can't escape myself. I'm literally fighting myself the entire way. Maybe this is all pointless. Madeline, you just saved my life. That's not pointless. Yeah. Look, you're a good person. You're a little intense, but you're a good person. I think you're just trying to push out of that rut you're stuck in. And that's a totally legit reason to climb the mountain. I'm a little bit unsure on that, given this mountain thing is kind of deadly, but sure, whatever. That's helpful. This part of you that's haunting you, maybe she comes with the territory. So you think I'm stuck with her forever? Well, she's stuck with you too. That's not helpful. How about you? What brought you to the mountain? I'm just kind of bumming around, as usual. I started this new job in Seattle. I thought I finally knew what I was supposed to be doing with my life, but I hated it. So I quit after a week and hopped a bus to Canada. I just felt the urge to get lost in the middle of nowhere. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I realize how flaky it sounds. It just sounds like you're under a lot of pressure. Not really. Everyone's so patient with me, though I guess I am putting a lot of pressure on myself. People always think I'm comparing myself to Alex, but I swear that isn't the problem. I'm just worried that I'll never figure out where I'm going. You said you wanted to feel lost. Maybe you should just embrace that for now. Maybe. So why not take a vacation instead of climbing this goddamn mountain? What do you mean? I mean, you needed a change, so you chose to climb a mountain. Why not do something relaxing instead? Like, go to the Mount Washington Hotel and sit on the back porch, because that's my favorite place to be. Go to Hawaii or, like, take a bath. I guess I feel like I need to accomplish something. It sounds like you have enough on your plate already. My head is not cut off. My hat is cut off. I guess it is kind of extreme. But that's how I am. I need something to challenge me, and I can't just do something a little bit. All of me or nothing. So you want to destroy this part of you? Won't that hurt you too? If I don't, she's just gonna keep bullying me. She says she's protecting me, but that's obviously not true. Maybe she thinks she is. She could be some kind of twisted defense mechanism. Honestly, who cares? She has so much control over me. I hate it. Maybe you can learn to control her instead. The feather helps a lot. Thanks for teaching me that. Just one of my grandpa's many nuggets of wisdom. Are you close to your grandpa? Yeah, I was. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay, that's just how it is. All I can do is stay positive and live a meaningful life, because that's what he would want. I'm so sorry, Theo. Thanks. You know what? I want to remember this night. Let's take a selfie. I thought you'd never ask. Theo's a big selfie fan. Ah. You know, despite everything, I feel pretty good right now. Wait a second. You're gonna reach the summit tomorrow. Don't jinx it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to put this all behind me. I'll be cheering you on. We should get some sleep. Okay, good night, Theo. Thanks for being cool. What can I say? It comes naturally. Because the game doesn't read it? Alright. So we got a feather here. Oh. Okay. That did not do it. I have to remember how to play this game. I don't feel like the feathers were part of the game up until now. So... oh, okay. We're good. Alrighty. Uh-oh. That didn't work. Yeah, Jose just did, Jess. Weren't you reading? Oh. Hey, yay, I wall jumped up. I was like, I'm gonna have to go back down and do that again, but I did not. Alright, let's grab this and this. Alright, feathers, feathers everywhere. We're climbing the mountain, just like Captain Kirk. Oh, I don't know if I like this. We're in, like, space or something. The Northern Lights are so beautiful. Yeah, they are. Where are we? We need to talk. Okay, that's my demon self, by the way. I finally understand who you are. You're not my true reflection. I'm not? You're everything I need to leave behind. You're cruel, paranoid, controlling. Why would you say that? No, it's okay. I understand now. I don't need you anymore. So you're just abandoning me? I'm setting you free. We'll both be so much happier. You're so stupid! Ah! You think you can just leave me behind? You think you can blame everything on me? You think you're above me? Answer me! Calm down, please. Calm down! Breathe, Madeline. Use the feather. Keep the feather in the box. You're going to think about a feather to stop me? Oops. You are not above me, and you can't climb this mountain. It's time to accept that. Madeline, what's happening? Oh no. Falling down the mountain. The gullible keyboard is betrayer? The Google keyboard is better? Wow, I'm falling a long way. That's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I assume there wasn't like an easy fix to that or something, but this is pretty shitty. Why is a feather headdress not okay, Jose? Alright, let's see if I can remember how to play this game. I don't see anything down there I can go to. Can't go through this. Can't go through that. Alright, maybe this way. Alright. Uh-oh. I spiked myself. When I think about you, I spike myself. I don't want anybody else. Okay. Feather, take me away. The vinyls. Cultural appropriation is the word he was trying to type there. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe there is such a thing as cultural soup. I don't want anybody else. And when I think about you, I touch myself. I don't want... Okay. So I need to jump into the gold feather. Then I need to go here. And up. Oopsie daisy, oopsie mozzie, upsie daisy. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't suggest that the way that you should learn swipe is to try and type when you actually want to say something the first time. Feels like that might not be the best approach. I know for me it's faster, but I also know that most people who use iPhone keyboards are just happy with their iPhone keyboards. I've been using swipe for as long as I've been typing on a non-hardware keyboard, so for me, that's what it is. Gotcha. I believe you, I just don't know that. It's not a piece of information that I would have in my cultural lexicon. What the fuck? My controller disconnected. Yeah, I miss hardware keyboards as well, but, you know, whatever. 2018, and we have given up the ability to type. Huh, I need to, like, do this. And then... Ah! Nope, that's not gonna work. Sit on this. Jam on it. Jam on it. Anyway, so it's Friday, and so for those of you who are routine visitors to the stream, you know that I just had a radio interview a couple hours ago. So I got to be on the local college radio station where approximately 0 people heard me, but it was a cool interview, and I was pretty happy with how it worked out. And I am, yeah, so the link is on my Twitter as well as Discord to the episode, and so you can go there and you can listen to it. And I start my bit at like 21 minutes in, and I expect if I get stuck on like a boss fight or something, maybe I'll just like play myself talking about broadband. I think you would have to have opened it in iTunes. But yeah, my experience with trying to play it live in Safari or Chrome was bad. I did get it to work a little bit in iTunes at one point, but I also know that the live things seemed to, like, they would work for like a couple of minutes and then they would fail, so I believe you. Alright, so avoid that. Ah! Oh wait, I'm not even... Okay, so that's not even the way to go. I thought it was gonna, like, knock the pink stuff out of the way, but it doesn't do that. So I just need to... I like my corset too. That wasn't actually the button I meant to hit, but I'm gonna roll with it for now, and I'm gonna see if I change my mind. So don't make me change my mind, don't make me act a fool, 'cause darling, I just wanna rule. I don't know, I'm not very good at filth tonight. Anyway, so yeah, radio interview was really cool. Linda is a pinko kami. Definitely in the traditional like People's Republic of Cambridge sense of the word. She's a Cantabrigian. She has a lot of negative opinions on the city not being sufficiently communist effectively. So that was not surprising because I'd listened to her previous episodes. She started the whole thing off with like, you know, a bunch of songs and spoken word stuff about the like Iran and negatively speaking about the US, you know, basically scapegoating Iran and blah blah blah. So, you know, it was very much what I expected because I had at least put a little bit of listening into her show beforehand, which was probably good because I would have been a little bit surprised otherwise. We didn't get a chance to talk about everything I wanted, and there's definitely some wording where I'm like, oh, that was really not what I meant to say. I was trying to say, like, you know, the Cambridge Housing Authority runs our low-income housing in the city, and the ones that are like that are owned or whatever. And I was trying to say Cambridge Housing Authority properties, and I said Cambridge Housing Authority projects, and I was like, oh great, like yeah, just call them housing projects. That's you know, really appealing to your audience there. But it ended up hopefully that's not going to be a major flaw for the, you know, 7.5 people who listen to the show. God damn it. Okay, this bit is hard. I don't remember if the whole like if it was this hard up to this point. I guess I died 750 times playing it, so I guess it was hard before too, and I just have forgotten already. Hello, Yugi. How's it going? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Happy to have you here tonight. So yeah, we talked about Upgrade Cambridge, why, you know, municipal broadband is important. I explained, of course, that Comcast has a monopoly on broadband service in Cambridge. I talked about the fact that, you know, cities can protect net neutrality. I talked a little bit about how net neutrality might actually play out. And so the thing that I think is most likely for how net neutrality will play out is that, like, Comcast will use the combination of data caps and non-metered data to encourage people to watch things on like NBC-owned properties instead of Netflix, because I feel like that's very similar to what they're already doing. You know, like AT&T is basically already doing that with their DirecTV offerings on mobile. And mobile is interesting because when the FCC kind of codified net neutrality rules, they explicitly like excluded. Oh well, that's unfortunate. Okay. They explicitly excluded mobile providers, and so basically you can look at mobile providers as evidence of what happens when there is net neutrality, and so you get, you know, low bandwidth caps, and you get 0 rating of specific content providers. I was so close. It's over now. Why won't she leave me alone? I hate her. But she's part of me. I'll never be able to get rid of her. And she was right. I couldn't climb the mountain. No, she's not right. You're like fucking climbing the mountain again, silly. Like, look at all these like feathers you've got going on. Don't be mopey. Just, you know, do it. Do it to it. Okay, how do I get there? I come around here. Oops. Note to self, don't stand right under a thing that you're going to have smashed through the floor. Okay. This is not super effective. Hello, Lil Tay. Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games. Happy to have you here tonight. Okay. Okay, doke. Princess Mononoke. Like the only anime I know the name of. Well, Sailor Moon. Revolutionary Girl Utena. That was one of the ones I was a big fan of back when I was in my anime phase back in the old Usenet days. Oh, you can't break through that? Really? Huh. I wonder if there's a trick here that I'm not paying attention to. Crap! Alright, we're good. All's well. Let's see. If I can get this. That gets me there, but that doesn't really get me anywhere. Alright, maybe I need to go... There's no way this can go up here, is there? Doesn't seem like it's gonna fit. Yeah, that gets me a little bit farther, but not very. Okay. Feather, take me away. Show me something I don't know. There we go. Success. Oh, that was bad. Anyway, welcome, welcome, my friend. How are you this fine evening? Oh, crap. Okay. So yeah, still working on getting more people signed up for the ACLU event that we're hosting next Wednesday. We're up to about 50 signups on Eventbrite and 75 people interested on Facebook, so you can tell it's going to be a pretty big deal. Because being interested on Facebook, that's a pretty serious commitment. I mean, no one will just click interested on an event and not show up, right? Like, that's not how that works. I am, of course, joking. That is exactly how that works. I know that full well. But, yeah. So we're working on it. My hope is that we get at least 100 people. The ACLU is going to do a little bit more marketing for the event, which will hopefully help and, you know, get us a little bit more eyeballs. Because I think it would be kind of embarrassing to like have this national speaker come in and like only have a few people, though. I said it's a corset, but this person is not deserving of an explanation for what they said that was deleted, so not too worried about it. Feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight. Alright, so we're gonna go... I don't really know how to get past that. Yes, you did. Oh, shit. Standing there. Alright, so you do that, and then come on back here. Like if I... do that, then I fall off the edge. Okay, so first of all, let's do this. Get this out of there. Have it break that block out of the way. And then I guess maybe I just need to stay clinging to the side. Which, can I actually... Okay, yes, that was the trick. I forgot that I can cling. Alright, cool. Remembering what the buttons do. A useful skill for people who stream only occasionally. Ow. Note to self, don't hit things. Ah. Crippity crip crip. Crap. Alright, getting through here a little bit tricky. There we go. Ah. Okay. Oh, what? I must have pushed a button. Jumped up. Get up, get busy, do it. Get up and move that body. Get up, people, now get down to it. For the night is over. We've got to take a stand now that we're in demand. Party all night, set the fight, do what's right, and we just might. In the battle we never fought, just by playing the records you bought. Over and on again, get with it and do that thing. One of the interesting things about the radio studio was they actually have, like, you know, you've got the, like, microphone on button and the microphone off button. You also had a cough button, which I assume is like a temporary mute, which is definitely a thing that I have wanted at various times in my streaming career, which does not even have nearly as much, you know, responsibility associated with it. So I thought that was an interesting thing to me to see how it's done for real. I was also interested that, like, I guess you don't actually... I mean, I didn't wear headphones for the interview, which I kind of assumed. I mean, I'm just in the room with the interviewer, so it's not like it's that surprising, but I kind of just expected that, you know, here I wouldn't want to have... But I guess there was no other sound other than hers in the room, so if you've got, like, you know, microphones that are kind of directed in short range, like, that works fine. But I thought that was an interesting... It's just an interesting thing to me. I just always thought that you would wear headphones because, I don't know. Because I guess because that's what all the radio DJs actually do. But yeah, as we were getting ready, she was like, so you seem a little bit like you know what you're doing. Have you ever done this? And I was like, no, but I do like stream, you know, I do a live stream for 4 hours twice a week and on YouTube. And she was like, oh, and, like, you don't think of that as podcasting? And I'm like, well, no, because there's, like, video gameplay in the background associated with it. And she kind of gave me this look, and then we had to start, so they didn't really get to go any further into it. But I think she was a little bit confused by exactly what I was doing there. Which is not surprising, because, like, you know, live streaming is weird. But, right. So I have to... That... Oh, man. All right. Ah! Selfie cam is too small. It gets in the way of the characters talking otherwise. You wanna see, like, selfie cam, like, then we just go into the, you know, the 2 cameras mode. And you can see the beautiful selfie cam. There you go. Oops, I turned on the zebra. Zebras, go away. Don't need you. Hello, Barbara. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Good to have you here. My friend. I hope your Friday was good. I saw pictures from Lil and Girl Hack at a work event today. Don't know if Barbara was there. I didn't see any pictures of Barbara. I did see Spiffy Mark hanging out in the background during the award of the Best Gar Award. So that's pretty cool. But yes, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to VidCon. I don't know if I... Oh, I'm sorry. Anytime I have to interact with Christale, it usually means I'm in trouble. So, I hope your interactions with Christale are less about that. What? Do you kill me or what? Okay, I can like bounce off you. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh crap. Well, I'm sorry that you didn't get to go to the fun event. That sucks. Alright. Not invisible, I'm just less prominent than usual because the game is more interesting than usual. Oh, now I'm invisible, you're right. My camera got removed. There we go. Sorry. I was like, I'm not invisible, and then I looked over, I'm right in the corner, and then I look at the corner, and I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm not right in the corner. But yes, I am going to VidCon. I booked my flight and bought a ticket. I am going to be staying with Jose, who has a room in the conference center booking space. Stingray, you're here early, I feel like. On Fridays you usually stream later than this, so thanks for being here, my friend. Good to have you. Oh. Ah! Ah! There we... Nope. Didn't do it. Ah! 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 Get up there! God damn it. There we go. Did it! I did it! Did you think I'd gone too far? I did it! Guilty as charged! I did it! Was me right or wrong? I did it! Yeah! I never did a little thing that saved the ugly weight of the world. Because I forget that you can hold on to the walls, Barbara. Because I'm not very smart. Because I'm not very good at this game. No, it's because I have forgotten some of the buttons because it's been like a week since I played, and so I've totally just forgotten how to play. Alright. That definitely makes it easier. Well, and then I died, so maybe it doesn't, but in theory, it makes it easier. Oh no! Oh crap, I have to break that bubble with a dash. Shoot. Okay. Well, I can understand having a small turnout. The thing that happens. Oi! There we go. Got it. Oh, god damn it. Luckily for me, I can just like, you know, I can just look at myself in my selfie cam and be like, oh, he's pretty, and then I want to keep playing, so I'm good. All right, let's see what we got here. Can we dash through this and this? Dashing through the walls, bashing them with my head. I can go so far until I am so dead. I can make them smashed and they will go away. But I can't go anywhere until I find my way. Oh, jingle, I will soon die. But I don't know what I'll do until I poke my eye. Hey, jingle bell, jingle all the sigh. I don't know what I can do until I open thy. Ow. Yeah, no, we actually went through the Theo and, what's her name, Celeste, like, talky bits, at the campfire, which I think were really kind of interesting, and I think gets to some of your point there. Theo talked a little bit about the death of his grandfather, about his sister who suffers from depression, about, oh no! Oh, I opened it and then I killed myself. And then, of course, Celeste attempted to fight her demon and allow it to go, and of course the demon got upset. So, but yeah, I thought that was, you know, that was probably the most story part of the story that we've seen so far. And, you know, Theo kind of being like, I just feel like I never know what I'm going to do with my life or how anything is going to work out. We've got, you know, and Celeste kind of being like, I have depression and panic attacks, and I'm just like, you know, I offer the same advice that I offer on Twitter, like, get a therapist. On the other hand, I, you know, talked to a friend of mine, you know, just recently, who was like, yeah, I've had so many therapists that have sucked. So, hello, gaming lawyer. Oh yeah, Mr. Oshiro, is that what you mean? Yeah, Oshiro had a story. It wasn't Celeste's story, right? Like, it was definitely, you know, this guy was the last one, the guy to turn the lights off, and he'd spent his whole life kind of maintaining this hotel and didn't really know how to live his life after that, which is a really common problem for the type of people, for anyone, really. Like, it's a totally, like, a thing that happens that, you know, you're gonna do that. So I kind of picked up on it because of the whole, like, you know, my inner demon is in the mirror thing. So I was expecting, and also you kind of brought up the fact that there was a lot of story there. So I wasn't too shocked by it, and of course, since it was at the very start of the stream, it was less hard for me too. But I totally understand. I mean, I think that can be a real thing. You know, I also think that, you know, just like in all things, a lot of it ends up being how, you know, I'm lucky enough that I lost I guess my grandfather died a few years ago, but it was the grandfather who's always hated children and mostly wished that we wouldn't talk to him. So I didn't have as much attachment to him. And then the rest of my grandparents are still alive. But like for Jess, I know that a lot of like mention of, you know, parents dying or other things like that can be really difficult at the moment, so. I would generally say, so it definitely took me like 4 sessions with my therapist before I really felt like I was opening up. But I feel like if you don't feel like you're making a connection at all after 3, I would definitely bring it up and be like, so I'm not really sure, you know, what to feel like here. You know, what should we be doing or about that? I mean, I understand, like, most I feel like, I don't know, again, I've worked with a bunch of really good people because we have been in a network of people who have been very helpful to us for a long time now, and so a lot of my, like, getting good therapist answers are really not useful, but I'd say definitely, like, after 3, if you don't feel like it's working for you, I would talk to the therapist about it and see what they, you know, think, advise, whatever, but that would be something I would say. No, I don't think so. Although in the first 3 appointments, I would feel like that would be kind of rough. Like, that's definitely the point when you want someone who's really going to be kind of connecting and paying attention and connecting the dots for you to be able to offer some thoughts on what, you know, services or skills or whatever you should be working towards. So if after like 3, you know, after intake appointments-ish, and you're not feeling like it's very productive, that feels like a kind of bad sign. That was definitely not my experience with the therapists that have been good for us, I don't think. So yeah, and this is one of the things is like overall mental health treatment is so hyper focused on like emergency care that there's a huge amount of it that is just bad for the average person. Like it's really, really unfortunate that is what happens. And it comes entirely down to our overall like lack of support for ongoing mental health treatment in the country. And I think even like I'm no like, you know, asshole MRA type person, but I think that women in general have an easier time with people connecting on emotional level, and so, you know, there's some extent to which mental health support for women is maybe different than it is for men as well. So yeah, see, hello Brad. And I just can't, this is my problem, is that, like, I tell people, like, go to therapy, and because all of my experiences have been so good, that, like, and then people are like, well, therapy always sucks, and I'm like, oh, well, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's kind of unfortunate that I live in a town with, like, one of the best mental health institutions in the country, and some of the best research hospitals in the country, and so, like, we have a lot of, like, you know, mental health treatment here, so it sucks. Sucks that not everyone else can have the same, like, good experiences that I have had the opportunity to have. Okay, so how do I do this? Like, I go here? Yeah, I mean, I will also say, okay, I'm just gonna go straight for it. I will also say, like, I am lucky enough that I have been able to, like, use out-of-network, like, healthcare providers and just, like, you know, put my insurance covers, like, you know, 70%, and so I end up paying, like, $60 for an appointment instead of 20, and that's okay. It wasn't always, but it is now. And that's something that, like, most people don't have that ability, and it definitely changes things, because I know in Boston, like, there is not a strong network of providers who are in network for, like, Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is, you know, pretty good, like, insurance overall. I mean, Kaiser, I think, is specific to California, so I can't compare them directly, but in general, like, Google is good. Like, Google and self-insured, Blue Cross Blue Shield is the, like, provider, and they do pretty good work, but there's still most, like, healthcare providers don't do insurance out here, and so we've just always been out of network, and just because of, like, long-standing, you know, actual depression issues that have led to hospitalization and other things like that, has been able to get some in-network coverage through appeals and so on, but I just paid out of network for years at this point, so. Yeah, and it is certainly nice that Google is trying, And I know that some people have had good experiences with the EAP stuff, but yeah, I mean, I think if you are 3 appointments in and feeling like this is not working and I don't know how to like make it work, I would definitely like bring that up and maybe give it one more visit and say like, is this gonna go well? And if not, then bail and find somebody else. Like, I think that's totally reasonable. 1 appointment is hard, 3 should be plenty. I'm not calling it quits. I fell. It's over. It's not over, Celeste. Oh, God. Mean woman, don't do that. Yeah, I get it. I wasn't strong enough to climb your stupid mountain. Celeste! Ugh! Look, she's like the foil. She's just trying to convince you to fail because she actually wants you to succeed, and it's more succeeding if you get into the like mental state that makes it more succeeding. I didn't mean actually laugh. Sometimes you gotta know when to throw in the towel. You'll get over it. You know what? I had a lot of time to think climbing out of this cave, and I'm already over it. That part of me was right. I can't do this. I'll just go home to my sad life and be miserable forever. Oh, you sound like me. Oh, past CPG. Oh, I'm sorry. You clearly aren't over it. Shut up. I know. I don't want to give up. But no matter how hard I try, she sabotages me every step of the way. A lot of kids come here to climb the mountain only to give up. It's a shame that you fell. I was starting to think you'd make it. What makes you so special? Me so special. I've never met anyone so angry at themselves. Honestly, I just thought you'd reach the summit just to spite yourself. Gee, thanks. The girl you're talking about, it sounds like she's holding you back. Talk to her. Figure out why she's so scared. You think she's scared? I guess I never thought of it that way. Stop wasting both of our time and ask her. What have you got to lose? How do I mean, what I've got to lose is I don't know where to go. So the reason that I don't have on-screen chat in 16:9 games, and I have not for quite a while. The reason that I got rid of it is just because, like, I could never find a spot that I was comfortable with it that, you know, was helpful. Another thing about it is, or one of the reasons why I'm less concerned about it than I used to be, is that there's a couple of reasons. One, with chat replay, people who are watching the VOD later can read the chat, so I don't have to worry about embedding it in the video so people can read it. Another reason is because with ultra low latency, there's less of the, like, has this person seen my message yet? Because there's less of a delay from the time you send the message until it gets to me, so that doesn't end up being as big of an issue. So those are the two reasons that I use on-screen chat. One is so people, like, can glance at it and know, did this message actually get there yet? And the other one is to have a record for someone who watches later. And neither one of those is as much of a problem as a result of changes that YouTube has made. So I think that's really the answer. It's not like some super secret thing. And then I still have it in 4x3 games because otherwise I have like a giant space that is just empty and hanging out there. And I used to try to like put things there, and then I realized that that's hard, and I'm lazy. Oops. So. Yeah, chat replay's great. I mean, I realistically, like, I doubt many people watch my VODs, so I'm not really worried about it. But it is still cool. To be able to look back and see like what the fuck I was responding to at any given time. And it's cool that it's there. You know, it's nice to see YouTube implementing features that are kind of parity with other platforms. It removes some of the things that can cause people to choose other platforms, and just creates a better product and experience. So another thing that I'm really happy about, sponsor icons. I uploaded a new emoji. There's now a CPG oh no emoji, which I'm happy with. I did consider briefly whether I could get like a CPG corset emoji, but then I kind of thought about like when that would ever be used and decided that the answer was never. So Brad, the sponsor icons are cumulative. You think you've got it all figured out. You think you don't need me. I said I'm sorry. We need to move past this. You expect me to trust you? You aren't innocent here either. But I know you're scared. Look, we're at rock bottom. There's no point in fighting. I can keep digging. I could pull us down to the center of the earth. God, such a... What would be the point? Let's climb out of here. Together. Come close to me and I'll make you regret it. Oh, sweetie. It's okay. Like, you really just need a good therapist. We can do it, babe. Alright. Let's go, Madeline. Oh god. Watch out for that fire. Alright, there you go. Down we go. I mean, you can't really have like sponsor time much longer than 7 months anyway. The feature only launched that long ago. But yeah, that is a problem for me with the sponsor loyalty icons, is that they're not really useful for me, because all but like 2 of my sponsors, like Org and FoxyZilla, I think are my 2 sponsors who aren't in the 6-month bucket at the moment, and I'm like, oh. And then of course I don't have anyone like at a year because I haven't been around that long. Yeah. So wait, is the name of the character I'm playing as not Celeste? Like, did I just make that up and her name has been Madeline the whole time? I was thinking Madeline was like the evil version and Celeste was the other version, but now that Stingray said that, I think that might be wrong and they're just both called Madeline. The gold icon is orange. I did super chat tiers, so it's like blue, green, orange, red was what I was going for. So yes, the red is currently the top that you can be. But I'm thinking now, like, Theo has been calling me Madeline, I'm pretty sure, so that was just silly. Yeah, I didn't actually make all of them because I was doing it quickly and I was lazy. So mine are sort of super chat-ish and not totally. I love stingrays though. It's orange. I don't know what you're talking about, Ohio man. It reminds me of the story my wife tells about so, you know, a proper Bostonian story, where, you know, some tourists from Ohio are visiting Boston, and, you know, the ladies you know, ask, oh, like, where are you from? And they say, oh, we're from Ohio. And of course the proper Bostonian says, oh, that's okay, dear, out here we call that Iowa. Because they didn't know that Ohio was a place, get it? It's a good joke. Not really, but... Alright, I got you again. Is the #1 reason because I am just so awesome, AWOL? Because I think that is. Idaho. I mean, Idaho isn't a place, I'm pretty sure. Despite having gone there. Aha! I have succeeded! Oh god, damn it. Why are you so good to me, CPG? I mean, Narcos, you're a brother, man. I'm good to, you know, all the folks who need it. Good to see you, Narcost. But yeah, I'm going to VidCon. I will be coming in on Wednesday and leaving on Saturday. I briefly tried to see if anyone was going to be like around Saturday night, so I'm going to be really upset that I'm leaving in the evening on Saturday and not get to go to like some, you know, hang out with people or whatever, but yeah. I am still happy I'm going. staying in a hotel with Jose. I mean, Gaming Lawyer should be streaming now, I'm pretty sure. His counter-programming strategy suggests that now is the time. Oh god, there's spikes on top of that. Who said there could be spikes on top of that? I certainly didn't. I don't think it's Bachelor Week anymore, though, is it? Oh, fuck that. Okay. You can do this, CPG. Have patience. Don't rush. Damn it. There we go. Spin the hat for success. Oh, I died. Oh, note to self. Don't cling to the wall when you're about to get hit. Sometime back, I streamed a video game parlor event with a bunch of other YouTube gaming streamers. Video game parlor event. I did? Oh! Galloping Ghost. Like arcade thing, right? Yeah, Galloping Ghost with Narcost and everybody else in Chicago. Aha! Oh shit. Thought you were gonna go fly away, but you did not. Decided to just stick around and shoot me some more. Oh, what? I didn't have a thing. Yeah, so I mean, I've streamed with the other streamers a bunch of times, but he was thinking, like, I met Podzo and Narcost and a couple other people, like Good Luck Gamers, who I don't think I've ever seen stream before or since, and a couple other people in the neighborhood. But yes, Galloping Ghost is, along with Fun Spot, one of the, like, premier arcade destinations in the world. Like, they're the largest collection of retro games, and then Fun Spot has the largest collection of, the largest floor space for retro games. So Fun Spot is technically the location of the American Retro Museum or something like that, which, I mean, frankly, it's not like a lot of people try to have titles like that, so it's a competition among a small crowd, I'm sure, but yeah, so, and so Fun Spot is up in Laconia. Fun Spot, Fun World, whichever. One of them is in Laconia, whichever one that is. There's also Craig Plays, so at least I know him on Twitter and still see him around occasionally. And there's at least like one or two other people, I feel like. But you're right, mostly they were people that are not super into the crowd / community. Oh god! Oh no! I got smushed. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and up here we have, of course, we have Bitbar. But there's also, behind the grilled cheese place in Central Square, there's actually a little mini arcade now, too. So the barcade movement is coming back. In fact, this reminds me of something that... So we played Pinball Arcade on the stream a couple weeks ago, and apparently, like, 60 Pinball Arcade tables are going away and are no longer going to be available for purchase in the game. So if you have them, you'll keep them. But they're losing their licenses to sell more of them. And my guess is that Stern, or Williams and Bally are the people. Stern already did this, but Williams and Bally are not renewing their licenses, and I'm betting it's because they are going to contract with Pinball Arcade to make a specific version of their game, taking advantage of the current kind of barcade / pinball resurgence / craze. So it'll be interesting to see what they actually do. Alright, what are they gonna do here? I have not found a good approach to this yet. Ah! I have not watched the newish Netflix original Lost in Space, no. I've also never seen the original Lost in Space, so I don't have like a lot of nostalgia for it. I did hear someone say it didn't seem like it had a ton to do with the original property, so it's not like I would be missing a ton. Like, it's more like they bought the IP so they could have a, you know, cute retro-ish space flick, but I don't know how true that is. Okay. All right. But yeah, 16-bit is kind of a weird space to be in for that. So, you know, we always talk about the 8-bit era and the 16-bit era of console games, but in general, the arcade scene was a very different kind of style because, you know, they were not mass-producing the boards, and they didn't have to be as portable and other things like that. So they ended up being kind of like arcade games at in the same era were more advanced. I don't know exactly when. But Sega was like a big maker of arcade boards in the era, like, while there was an NES, they were making those arcade boards, but they were more like Sega Genesis quality arcade boards than they were like, Master System arcade boards. So it's weird to me to think about arcades as being like an arcade place as being like that. So I'm curious if they are doing something with consoles or if there's just like a 16-bit naming convention in arcades that I don't know about. Oh, Mark, did you see that was on WMBR today? I don't know if you saw IRC. Oh god. Huh. Interesting. That is, like, if someone was to make an 8-bit arcade, like, or arcade or whatever, like, that would make sense to me because 8-bit just means retro in a lot of people's minds, but 16-bit kind of is a more, I usually see as being a more technical thing, and so I'm surprised that they're using that terminology. Walker Memorial Basement Radio, that's right. I hadn't actually picked up on that until just now. But yes, I was talking to Quentin, who said that I would be live broadcasting for all 7 people who listen. So... Oh god. But yeah, the things that I'm watching at the moment, I'm watching Westworld on HBO. I'm watching all of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which I've never done before. I watched it when I was a kid with my mom, but I never really got into it the same way I did Next Generation. And so I'm doing that. And then I feel like maybe there's something else. Jess and I are watching Silicon Valley on HBO last week tonight. Barry we were doing, although I think Jess maybe is going to bail from it, so maybe I won't be watching that anymore. So I've heard lots of people say that Deep Space Nine is the best Trek. I don't know. I like Picard style Trek. I like the, like, you know, it's totally unrealistic, but in the same way that I like West Wing and the idea that you can think through a problem and solve it, I feel the same way about that. I really dig that style and look and whatever, so I guess I'm not using the right words because I have streamer brain at the moment, but oh shit, those are spikes. So yeah, I mean, like, pretty much all of the Sorkin stuff out there has this idea that if you just, like, whoever has the best monologue wins, and Picard's, like, you know, monologuing on Prime Directive and other shit like that is 100% within my, I'm down for that. I realize it's totally unrealistic and not at all, like, a sensible thing to be, involved or think, not a sensible way to think about it, but still is the way I think about it, so... Okay, seriously, Madeline, like, you can stop trying to shoot me. It's alright. We're gonna get some help. together. We're gonna get through this. God damn it. Yeah, so I'm currently, I currently just transitioned into, Season 3. So like, one of the things that I do with all of my Netflix watching pretty much is that I'm watching it, like, as I fall asleep. And so I kind of, like, I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and now there's a new war with the Dominion. Like, so I think I missed the end of very last episode of Season 2, like, did not sink in, and not the first episode of Season 3. And so now it's like, well, the Dominion's here. And I'm like, but I don't know. So I may have to go back and watch the first episode of Season 3, or maybe the last episode of Season 2. Another thing that has been getting to me, though, is like, holy shit, like, seasons were long back then. Like, TV shows have, like, 13-episode seasons now. And so, like, I don't know. So maybe I just don't know what the Dominion is? Like, I'm fine with spoilers. Like, this thing is ancient at this point. I'm just trying to figure out, like, who are the Dominion? And, like, I haven't really picked up on that yet. I mean, yes, some shows do, but the vast majority of network television does not have 20 episodes per season still. Is way... I don't know. I don't know if it's way less common or Star Trek was just, you know, unusual, but... Netflix originals. I mean, House of Cards is the canonical... Oh, you aren't a mountain climber. You know what? I am a mountain climber. I'm gonna climb this goddamn mountain. You're not trying to help me. You're just scared. None of this would have happened if you just listened to me. You're scared. This is not... Like... It's okay to be scared. Like, it's fine. You're not going to be good at everything. You're not going to be perfect, but you can still try, even if you're not going to always succeed. And especially if you're doing something that's you feel proud of, then fucking do it. Don't like let yourself get beat up. Ugh. Okay, so I have not. I need to somehow understand this transition to when the term the Dominion came into existence, because I think that there's like an intro aspect of that I have missed and want to go back to. Or I could just probably read a wiki of some kind. Because pretty much everything has a wiki now, and I feel like Star Trek in particular is likely to be heavily wikified. Memory Alpha wiki. But yeah, so I'm currently Netflixing Deep Space Nine. Original series. Not Orphan. So Orange is the New Black is something that a lot of people liked. I never got into it. I'm trying to think of what other originals. There's the one about the serial killer kid. I don't remember what that one was called, but I liked it. Oh, you didn't like it? Like the somewhat Dexter-ish thing? Altered Carbon. That was what I was thinking of, Matus. A lot of people seem to like think Altered Carbon was pretty good. Okay. Oh, when you said the original, I'm confused. Anyway. Oh, you meant the original series of Star Trek. So when I was talking about originals, I was thinking Netflix originals, not Star Trek the original series. I have tried to watch the Star Trek original series a couple of times now. I have never gotten anywhere with it. I do not like it. So what's your favorite Netflix original series, AWOL? People seem to really like Cobra Kai as well. I'm a Google employee and my opinion is my own, but just like reading Rotten Tomatoes, it seems like Cobra Kai is getting pretty good looks from people, so. Yeah, so one of the things about the Netflix original series is they used to So the Medusa boss is basically like, so Madeline suffers from depression, and this is basically her depression coming out. I'm attempting to reason with my depression and tell it, like, look, we can climb this mountain together and be friends, and she is having none of it. And the reason is because she's scared of failing. Like many people, you know, like she has a complete fear of failing, and does not want to be put in a position where she has to feel like she failed. So she is going to prevent that by like giving up. A common approach, one I have used myself to great negative effect many times, and you know, yeah. Oops. Hello, Celso. I still have not watched The Karate Kid, so I am setting off Cobra Kai yet, but yeah, that's I'm trying to remember. Like, I feel like in the early days there were a couple that I like. House of Cards is the first one that everyone else really loved, but I feel like there were ones before that that I liked, and I can't remember what they were anymore because it's been so long at this point. No Karate Kid in my life. So which episodes are those in the season order, Matus? Is that like season 2, episode 26, and the season 3, episode 1? Oh, I didn't think House of Cards was garbage. I think first 2 seasons of House of Cards were not garbage. I think season 3 and season 4 were eh. And I don't know, did we finish season 5 and we're coming up on 6 now? Is that where we are? I definitely liked the first 2 seasons though. It went downhill after he became president. Because like he's a big like evil schemer, and it's harder to be an evil schemer when you're president, so. Oh, really? Okay, well, I mean, you have to keep in mind I'm the type of person who loves The West Wing, which Stingray, if you have Netflix and you have not watched all of The West Wing, I would say you should, but again, I'm like this super, like, political nerd, right? Like, I'm the guy who's going around and getting interviewed by local college radio stations so that I can tell people about municipal broadband. So, like, maybe my tastes are just bad, and you should take that into account. Okay, so Matus, that's exactly what, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I've missed. Like, those 2 episodes are the ones that I'm like getting to the end and I'm like, what's going on here? So I think I kind of halfway saw that Odo like found other shapeshifters and they were like, you know, we want to take you home with us, and he was like, no, I like these people, not you. And then I'm just like, okay, I've got no idea what's going on at this point. So that's where I am, and so I need to go back and watch episode, like, the start of season 3 is all it comes down to. Which is fine, because I didn't actually watch them. They just played while I was asleep next to them, which is not really watching. Alright. Oh! Maybe I saved her. Madeline, come back. I love you. We can do it together. No. Iopred, you are confused. Like, you think this is something that you wish you hadn't seen, but in reality, this is something that you wish you hadn't seen. So, you know, give yourself credit here. Up until now, you were safe, and now you're really suffering. Hello, Iopred! Yeah, see, you go around and you start talking shit about this and you'll get worse. That's right, my friend, you'll get worse. Also, I put pictures up on Twitter. It's not like it's that different. I guess you don't need me after all. If you want me to go away, I'll try. But just, are you coming to VidCon this year? I feel like most people aren't, so. Let's work together. Work together? You're joking, right? It's okay to be scared. Yay! I turned my depression into balls of light, I guess. I should get a Brazilian. That's the thing I should do. Level up. Wait, level up? There's no levels in this game. What do you mean level up? Oh, now I can double jump. Oh no! That sucks, Matus. But I also think, like, a lot of the people who went in previous years aren't going, I feel like. Maybe not. I don't know. I miss Blue. Level up! Okay. Get this purple thing. Oh, it's Madeline. Yeah, I agree, Matus. How did we do that? If we can climb like that, then maybe we can still reach the summit. You still want to climb the mountain? Why would we go back up there? Because we do things together. It's good to see you two playing nice. Hey, thanks for talking some sense into me earlier. Don't mention it. She's got a weird, creepy skull face. I'm glad I can still be useful every now and then. Madeline! Madeline, you're okay. I ran down to help, but it looks like you're doing fine. I know I need to do different voices, but I can't. Thanks, Theo. Honestly, maybe that fall was what I needed. Is this the part of you were talking about? She's like an adorable goth, Madeline. Theo's so happy. Like, he's a bit of a slacker, maybe, but... Hi. You were right, Theo. I shouldn't be afraid of her. If her and I work together... Isn't it she and I? She and I work together. If she and I work together, I think we can still finish the climb. That's so rad! Wait, no! I didn't agree to this! Oh, come on! You said we talk about things first. Yeah, I lied. You're right. I understand you're scared. But we both know this is something we want to do. We have to try one last time. Yeah, you've got this! I can't- I honestly don't. We were so close, and then we- like, I sound goofy. The mountain tore us apart. Yeah, that happened. But I have to believe we can put that behind us. I have to believe we're capable of this. I mean, you do have to believe it. Not a bad idea. It'll still be difficult, mind you. But I'm amazed you got as far as you did, butting heads like that. I reckon you can make it if you cooperate. Okay. I'll try. Can I help? You've already done so much for me. Let me hold your bag, at least. Good idea. This won't take long. Yeah, we'll just zoom up to the top of the mountain. Should be no problem whatsoever. But yes, I, at one point, spent a bunch of time trying to see if any contact method that I had for Blue still worked, and came to the conclusion that the answer was no, they did not, and I'm sad. I don't do well with voices. Never have. I mean, I could do like the Big Bad Wolf. No, somebody's been sleeping in my bed, and there she is. I don't know. Yeah, Blue disappeared about a year ago. About a year ago? No, not about a year ago, because it was after VidCon. I mean, she doesn't want to be found, right? So I don't want to step on that. I think she had, you know, she tried to do Mixer for a while, and then she kind of vanished. Okay. Yeah, it's not physically hunting. I mean, I definitely do not want to physically hunt her down, because that is exactly the type of behavior that is extremely creepy and a real problem that she has always tried to avoid. I don't want to do that. But I don't. But she's been gone from Discord for a long time at this point, right? So it might be that they just like ran a cleanup job, especially because GDPR is coming on. So a lot of things that are deleted are becoming actually deleted at the moment. I mean, I think she deliberately and explicitly deleted all of the email accounts. Well, I mean, Brad, it's more about like making sure that, you know, in the same way as you know, there's a sometimes when people make decisions to abandon contact or go away from the world, it can be because they're having, you know, a situation where they could use help. And so while I am not planning on doing anything else about that, but I worry. I think this is just an area where we may have different approaches to things, but the reality is that I'm not doing anything about it other than being sad. I miss her, and I am sad, and I'm worried about her. Yeah, general data privacy regulations. That's right. Oh yeah, so basically Europe has passed this like omnibus 2,000-page privacy regulation, and it requires a whole bunch of things. And it requires a whole bunch of things in a way that is extremely difficult or problematic if you fuck up. In particular, I think that you like the fines for someone like Google to fuck up on GDPR is like $2 billion a day fines or other things like that. I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but they're intended to be extremely like penalty causing, as opposed to what they like what most privacy regulation shit is in the US, which is like the first time it's nothing, and the second time like what blah 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 blah. And so GDPR has a whole bunch of requirements about your ability to control your data, to have your data not sold, to have reasonable privacy regulations that describe what's going on in clear and understandable language, and so on and so forth. So, for example, Clout shutting down is likely because, you know, they were collecting data and doing things with it that they didn't want to be transparent about. And so if any European users' data was being collected and things were being done with it, then that would be a problem for them, because then they would be liable for some like ridiculously huge fines. Yeah, I think it's a nightmare for everybody. I mean, as is always the case, when you can just throw money at a problem, it's better. But the problem with GDPR is that it's actually hard to even just throw money at it, because nobody has any goddamn clue how it's going to work, or what you're supposed to do. So unlike the typical big company approach of like, oh, we'll throw money at it and it's fine, like that doesn't really work. Exactly, Stingray. Yeah. So everyone is forced to update their privacy policies to be like understandable by humans and transparent. And as a result, and in particular, I think that what was it, like on April 25th or something like that, there was a massive wave of them, because most companies have privacy policies that say, like, we'll inform you 30 days beforehand if this privacy policy is going to change. And so that was why you got a whole bunch on one day, is because everyone has been, like, scrambling to figure out what the fuck they're supposed to do for a long time now. And finally they were like, well, whatever we figured out at this point is what we're going to have to go with for the launch date, which is, you know, on May 25th. and that's why they're more upfront. And Google today like announced like a whole series of like videos about how they use data. Same basic thing, like, you know, they're trying to meet the transparency requirements that GDPR places on them. No, Jazzy the dog, you are welcome to talk. What happens here is basically like every time someone wants to post a link, I mod them, and because like we share a lot of links here, everyone eventually gets modded, and because I don't actually like gain new viewers, like everyone just stays modded, and then when new people come in, they don't want to talk because they're not modded, and I'm like, well, like really, like you just haven't needed to share a link yet, so. Yeah, or if you talk too much, that's right. But yeah, one of the things that I wanted to do was use like the modding to figure out when chat as is wasn't working very well for people, because of, you know, the various limitations it puts on non-mod. And so I got rid of all but like 2 of my mods, and then waited to see how long it was before I had like a full suite of mods again, and it was like 3 weeks. People kept getting timed out, and they kept like trying to post links and other things like that. At the time, I was trying to figure out if I could push YouTube to implement a whoa, holy shit, Madeline, you're awesome. Oh shit, I died. But yeah, see, Celso's here. He's also not a mod. Well, I should be. Look at that. We're getting the hang of that. If you say so. This mountain doesn't stand a chance. Stop jinxing it. 500 meters. Your beauty masks are made of the cartilage of dead animals. But yes, I was showing off AWOL earlier. I was showing off my legs, and you know, the full body shot, the butt cam as you called it. The problem is that as a guy, I'm not used to keeping my legs shut, and so people were complaining because I didn't know to keep my legs together like a lady. Nothing's with it. I just like it, Jazzy. I have been slowly going more rainbow. I started out by buying the hat. I had to buy a new hat for work-related reasons. And as soon as I bought the hat, I realized that like Amazon decided that I wanted to know about every rainbow thing there was on the site. And as that happened, I decided that like, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna know about every rainbow thing there is on the site now, and I'm going to buy them all. Collagen comes from Chinese prisoners. Okay, that's a new one on me. God damn it! I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, there's a thing. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh shit, that's spikes. You get frustrated just watching me play this game? I mean, to me, this isn't even like... I'm a retro game player for the most part. This isn't even all that frustrating to me, so... The bodies exhibit? I have no idea what you're talking about. What bodies exhibit? Did we go someplace together that had a bodies exhibit? I don't care about strawberries, and that looks like a strawberry room. Go a different way. Ah! Yeah, but like, compared to Battletoads, this is nothing. Or like final bosses in Castlevania. Like, well, not final bosses, because the final boss typically isn't that bad, but death in Castlevania 2, or even Castlevania 3, I feel like was a nightmare. I have no idea what Body's Exhibit you're talking about. Like, maybe I have heard of what you're talking about, but I definitely don't know it. I mean, if they're gonna kill me, like, I don't mind that they take my organs and hopefully give them to somebody that isn't a terrible human being. Realistically, though, it's China, so... no, it's a PS4 remote. I use a PS4 remote on for my gaming. I don't, like, so I've owned a PlayStation for forever. I never owned an Xbox. And so when I play, like, DualShock controllers are my jam, and always have been. Shit. Damn it. Oh, I didn't say it's ethical, but, like, if I'm going to be dead anyway, I don't care. I don't think China should do it, but from a personal level, it doesn't upset me. Yeah, of the things that I will complain about more strongly, like, the death penalty is definitely higher on the list. God damn it. Aha! Success! Oh, death! Not death! Haha! I can jump twice! Nope, not gonna work. Damn, death. Yeah, didn't last, but was a nice save. But yes, the outfit comes entirely from the fact that now that Amazon is recommending me rainbow things, I look at them and decide that I will be pretty in them, and that's how we get here to the point where I can wear rainbow fishnets and a rainbow corset, and I feel pretty, and that is what matters. Even if everyone else is like, keep your legs closed, streamer. Don't need to see that. Hello, Alex Burks. Damn it. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and happy and gay. Yeah, the problem with that is that, like, I sang that to myself last time, and then I was like, but I don't want people to think that I'm using gay in that particular way. You know, the way that's like, because I'm not trying to claim that I don't know. Feels, I realize it's a song, and anyone who knows it's a song is gonna be like, oh, I get it. And I worry that people who don't know it's a song are gonna be like, wait, are you gay now? And I'm like, no, I feel pretty. Whoa, okay, hi. Weird ghost me. Oh, I guess I don't need that. Oh, God. Okay. There we go. Take care, Jazzy. No, it is. So Stingray, if I wasn't talking about it, if I wasn't, like, in a sense where I'm wearing a bunch of rainbows, then that would be fine. Like, it's the fact that I'm like, oh yes, now I'm, like, wearing women's clothing and in rainbows, and I don't want to, like, associate that that's only a thing that is associated with being gay. Gay is kind of archaic. Let's be clear. Like, that is true, but in some contexts, it's fine. Anyway, how are you feeling? I'm fine. I'm just waiting for something to go wrong. No matter what happens, I'll be right there with you. I don't think the 1950s is fair. I think it's archaic, but not, I don't know. I'm starting to believe you. Aw. Yay, my depression is like starting to believe that we can do it. Okay, we're at 1,000 meters. I have no idea how many meters I have to go, but it's probably more than 12. Anyway, I defer to Brad and Jose. They are smarter than I am on this, even if I may disagree with them. And we all know that I am like my speech patterns are problematic in many ways. I called SEC counselor Flyborn sassy at one point, so I've clearly got some mistakes I need to make up for. Oh fuck. Oh, thanks, Stingray. I'm enjoying it, which is really all that matters to me. Yeah, but you always recommend giving up. Never give up, never surrender. Damn it. I am not sure. I am definitely considering it. The Lenovo camera looks really expensive for what it is, Jose. So I think that's like a good choice on your part. Come on. There we go. Oh no, that's spikes! God damn it. Oh, I didn't know. I guess I didn't realize that the Broadway version and the movie version were different. Take care. Hey, Wall. Thanks for hanging out. So yeah, the things about VidCon, right? One, it's not a super cosplay heavy event. Two, I have a bunch of like, I mean, they're still coworkers, I guess, because we work at the same company, but I expect that there will be coworkers of mine who are there, and that gets weird because work is weird. On the other hand, it's not like I'm going to be going to any like YouTube, you know, special events, so it's not like it'll be hard to avoid my coworkers. And I also think that it's less likely that anyone that I work with directly will be there, so. But it's certainly the case that, like, you know, IoPred and Barb and other folks who come here, I'm a little bit like, you know, this is probably going to change the way you look at me, at least in some way at work, so. Ah, why did I not have jumping? The Elgato green screen seems like a cool green screen. I'm not totally convinced. I mean, like with all things Elgato, what you are paying for is like a well done product and convenience. And so, like, that's true here as much as anywhere else. Okay, so I have to go out. I have to get up to the left because there's a spring there, which will reset my dash. But yeah, so Elgato is like always, they release these products where I'm like, well, I could do like this slightly different thing, which would be sort of as good, but not really, and it would only cost, you know, 2/3 as much, or half as much, or whatever. And I, like, the green screen is the same, like, exactly the same way, so. I don't need this. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to treat yourself. That's one of the things that, you know, when you get peer bonus, they say, like, you know, what we found with science is that people enjoy peer bonuses more if they spend them on something that is like unusual rather than just like on paying bills or whatever. And I think that that same thing applies here, is that like this was a windfall profit from, you know, testing out a new feature, and so you went and bought something fun. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know how much that plan would work. I would say that of the plans you have, that is probably not the most effective one. Damn it. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? I mean, you might also need a commando squad. Like, Google's data centers are pretty protected. Is my impression, just from like reading public documents about them and other shit like that. Like, they seem like Google puts a lot of time into the physical security of them, unsurprisingly. There we go. Okay. Pretty sure you're not in a Google data center right now. I'm gonna call BS on that one. Now we're just storing everything in RAM now. There's so many websites these days that, like, basically only run if the vast majority of their working set is in RAM, because Memcache has let people successfully do that. And so you know, like, for years now, the, like, Memcache is not a database meme has had to continue going around because people continue to do things that basically assume that Memcache data will never go away, and they're wrong. It does go away. It's a cache, but people are not very good at understanding that. Okay, I do have a thing. Alright. I mean, you stored in RAM multiple times, Matus. Look at you, Miss Positivity over here. You're so supportive. Don't push your luck. Alright, so now I am to the hotel part. So I basically, like, this is like boss rush equivalent, right? I am basically making my way back through all the worlds that we've gone through. There were 6 worlds. I'm on the 7th, I feel like. And so this is the 3rd one. And yeah, making progress. Well, so I think at the end what's going to happen is that she's just going to merge back in and not be a separate personality for myself. Like, Debbie Downer only exists because she didn't feel like she's all of my worst fears in one place. And so as I, like, no longer am afraid because I've succeeded, she will no longer need to exist. That's my guess. I mean, all of my fears are annoying. I fear rejection, I fear failure, I fear all of these things, but they're all totally normal fears too. Just because they're annoying doesn't mean they're not real. Hey, let's not talk too much shit about MySQL. Totally a database, most of the time, if you configure it correctly and don't fuck up. YouTube still uses... I mean, YouTube has an open source project called Vitesse, which is for managing, like, clustered MySQL instances, so I think that probably indicates that they still do at least some things with MySQL. Yes! It's gonna be really annoying when I can't make it through here. Hooah! Yes! Oh god, dead. Well, it's also worth noting, Org, that most of the time, like, you're generating the large majority of the bytes that you're like sending, right? Like, in order to send a YouTube watch page, it's not reading, you know, like a lot of other things. Like, you have generated data in there, which is part of it. On the other hand, certainly the player JavaScript is something that we serve a lot of, which is decently sized. But yeah, I mean, that's like, computers are good at storing things in RAM caches, so that's a thing that file systems just do for you. Oh, god damn it. But yeah, I mean, in general, I think Google has definitely shown that, like, databases, although, like, Spanner, I don't know if, like, Cloud Spanner is Spanner a database? I don't know enough about it. I should learn it, but... I know it's distributed. And there's some sequel that goes with it, I feel like, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Cloud Spanner is a database, but is it a database in this, like, is MySQL a database as well by this definition? Because I think that's where we were talking about. Like, how databasey is it really? Alright. Oh, I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do here? And then I saw there's a spring. Anyway, so Brad, did you listen to my appearance on the radio yet? Or did you just come here as soon as you woke up? I've only listened to like 2 minutes of myself so far. Fuck. I'm confused. You're like throwing me up, but not far enough. Okay, I got it. No, official start date is June 4th, Matus. I'm finishing up GDPR compliance stuff on my team, and then there's a YouTube-wide, well, there's a YouTube event that I'm going to, internal event that I'm going to at the end of May. So after that, I will go to that, which will be nice because I'll get to say goodbye to a bunch of people that I've worked with, and then I will switch once I get back in June. Then the second week in June, I fly out to Mountain View to meet my new team. So I'll be on the West Coast at the end of May. I will then fly home, and then I will fly to Mountain View in the second week of June, and then I will fly home, and then I will go to VidCon, which is a lot of travel in a month. I cannot define high availability for you. I mean, high availability depends entirely on what your, like, high availability is a term that only has meaning if you have SLIs and SLOs and SLAs attached to them. Some people think that, you know, 3 nines of availability is high availability. I have no opinions on that. I mean, the term doesn't mean anything in and of itself. Sometimes it means the ability to have, like, hot fallback at all. So, for example, like, high availability Postgres configs were basically, like, you would have a configuration for your database that meant that if one machine just suddenly died, your queries could continue going and whatever. But, like, that's entirely dependent on the problem domain. I don't think the term has some, like, magical definition that you can use all the time. So yes, so I'll be doing a lot of travel in the next month, which will affect my streaming schedule, but given that I disappeared for 3 months and you all came back anyway, I guess that you've probably adjusted to that by now, that I'll just randomly disappear. Next Friday, I will be putting together the Labo Variety Kit on stream, so I'm looking forward to that. My goal is to at least get the piano built. I will have to see if I can find a good camera setup for building. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to play that, but we'll see. I don't know, Matuz. I was here many of those Mondays and Fridays, and I didn't see you chatting at least. Maybe you were there just lurking. Ah! Oh, I can stand on that. Okay. I'm good. I got it now. I didn't see that I could do that, but this will help. I mean, I have to not do that first, but whatever. Yeah. Fuck. That was just I know which button to push and I pushed it wrong. So the squiggly tentacles are fine, but as soon as you step off of a pixel, it will fill in and you can't walk there anymore. So you can, they're like step once things. Take care, Celso. But yeah, as far as VidCon and cosplay, like, there are certainly a small number of people who do that, but they are a small number. And I'm not sure if I will be joining them for a variety of reasons. I'm still considering it. Might also be something I do one day and not all days. Fuck! Okay, so I don't want to use up all of my standing room on that platform because I want to use it later. Fuck! Okay. Deep breath. Keep the feather in the box. Damn it. I mean, I think that that's not for some reason, Leif. I think that's for a very understandable and clear reason, which is it is likely content that you're not going to appreciate. No! God damn it. Okay, so I think I need to save that platform. Ha! Hat spin, bow tie. Hope Mr. Oshiro is okay. Why? He treated you like garbage. Yeah, but I still care about him. You didn't have to snap at him like you did. Whatever. Oh, such an emo teen. I mean it, you're way too aggressive. Well, you put too much energy into bad people who will just end up hurting you. Okay, fair enough. Mr. Oshiro isn't a bad person. He transformed into a monster. He tried to hurt you. And now you're defending him? I'm not defending him. I'm on your side here. I'm mad at him too. I might still be in that hotel if you hadn't forced the issue, but I still hope he's alright. Okay. I'm sorry for snapping at Mr. Oshiro. Thanks. It's in the past now. I mean, yeah, so this is a way in which, like, my, you know, shadow self is kind of like has self-preservation and I clearly don't. Is that she's like, dude, he was a fucking monster. Like, not like, you know, I'm being a jerk about it. He was just a literal monster. You had to get out of there. Like, could I have not snapped at him? Like, I guess, but he was a monster. Alright. Oh, I didn't ever open my beer. That was dumb of me. Like, why can I not find any of my bottle openers? I have like 3. Anyway, this is the Distelhauser Weissen, brewed according to the German purity law of 1516. This is the brewery of the year in 2014. So, see how I like it. A little bit warm at this point, but this is a Weissen, putting a little bit of head on it. I didn't give you a camera. Cheers. A nice unfiltered wheat beer. Very, very kind of cloudy look to it. I got just enough head that I think it's not going to bubble over there. Pretty good. Let that bubble down a little bit. Anyway, yeah, earlier in the day, I was, like, super, like, angry about everything political and was thinking that I would want to talk about that, but in reality, I don't really want to talk about that. So, like, politics sucks. We live in the worst fucking timeline. But so it goes. Fuck! Okay, we're good. Saved by the dash. Oh, god damn it. Alright. But yes, I am enjoying this game. The story is good. I do see a lot of myself in both Madeleines. You got the emo, whiny Madeline, which is definitely CPG at various points in time. You also have the, like, we can do it Madeline, which is also CPG at various points in time. I am happy that it seems like emo, depressed Madeline is maybe going to kind of get some help or something here. Oh yeah, stiff upper lip. Definitely the look that I am most famous for. I think Mrs. CPUG would definitely buy into that notion. Now, she will tell anyone about the story about when I was 19 and the car that I was using to drive to my second shift job broke down, and I was worried I wasn't going to make there on time, and I was like, I should just throw myself out the window. Won't actually kill me, but, you know, at least that way I will have a broken arm or something, and I'll have an excuse for being late. Something like that. It was stupid. But I definitely said it, because that's the way I am. Fuck. It was a long time ago, but it's not like I've changed 100% either, and we all know that too. I have a lot of my old emo tendencies still around. Just look at the times when I've, like, shut down a stream early because one person said something I didn't like. I have changed some percent. Usually once I'm emo, I pretty quickly notice it, and I'm like, oh, like, you're being stupid. Stop it. Ah! God, I want to get on that so bad. Alright. Okay, that was stupid. Didn't mean to do that. Walk, 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 jump, jump. Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Boing. Nope. Bing. Nope. Nope. Ah! Hit my head, which I feel like slowed me down. But yeah, I mean, it is certainly the case that I have a lot of, like, shitty self-defeatist tendencies. When I was a kid, one of my nicknames was, well, when I was a baby, my nickname was Mr. Bibb because I was so chubby. So my parents nicknamed me after the Michelin Man. But at some point in my life, my nickname was also Eeyore because, like, I suppose would be very much like a tactic I would take. My parents will still very much point out the fact that I used to say things like, I want to, but I can't, even though there was absolutely nothing stopping me from doing things. I have a lot of shitty tendencies. I think I can make that jump. Just gotta do it right. The wind is awfully strong, but my dashing through the snow is almost completely unaffected by the wind. I get knocked back after I am done dashing, but I can dash a fair distance. I just gotta time it right. I definitely have to be dashing up right up until I hit the wall. There's no way that I can, like, hover for a bit and have it work. It may be that I have to go further and have the wind push me back into the spring because it will send me farther forward, but that didn't seem to be the case. Like, whether I was dashing into it or just bumping into it, it seemed to move me forward at about the same speed. Okay. Go. I did use a better strategy, you are correct. I don't know. I feel like I've got to get this thing through there somehow. But that doesn't seem like it's working. Oh, okay. I get it. Yep. You are correct. I'm 90% sure. Oh no! Fuck! Oh, what am I supposed to do? Okay, so do this. Oh. Ah! Yep, playing to the side of it is the answer. But I have to get it lined up first. Alright, so jump on, push it down, hold it around, jump, fight, win. Fuck. Tried to dash sideways and I failed. Tried to dash sideways, that's for rails. I don't know what I am saying, but I know that I am praying that I will get through these blue spikes and I will not eat some mice. I will win this silly game when I play for silly fame. Damn it. Okay, I don't think I have to get it past that part. I can just use double dash to get past that part. It's a Brad wall. I don't know how to interpret that. Because you can go right through it. Ah, my finger slipped off the grip button. Been nice to not have that happen. Oh, it's a Brad wall. I see. All about that Brad, no treble. Yeah, it's been a quiet night. Bit of a quiet night tonight. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, fuck! Okay, what do we got? Ugh, it's annoying. Does that mean I have to get that thing all the way across there? Pretty sure it does. There's no way I can make that jump without 2 dashes, and I need a 3rd dash. God damn it. I mean, I think my terrible taste in music should not have an impact on most of our interactions. Not saying there's none of them, but overall, like, my taste in music probably doesn't affect us all that much. Fuck. No! Yeah, but I sing, like, little snippets of songs and then move on. Other than Montel Jordan, there's nothing I sing regularly. It's a pretty good wheat beer. Definitely very strong, weedy flavor. I've been drinking a lot of sours lately, and so to go back to this, it's like, ooh, that tastes like a beer instead. Okay, got it. Oh no! I say oh no as if me dying is like the end of the world. Like that's just how the game works, dude. Chill out. Gonna be a lot of deaths. Used up all my dashes on some bullshit. There we go. Oh no! Okay. Woo! I was thinking it was gonna like carry me into the future, and it did not. And I almost fell for it. Alright, is it Strawberry Land? No, it's... Woo! Oh, maybe this Strawberry Land. Eh, whatever. Take it all the way to the end. See this through to the end. Oof. I might have to dash left against the wind in order to get around those spikes on that platform. Let's see. Ah! Oh. Plus, if you do it with the scooter, they'll think your neighbor did it instead of you. 3 problems solved. Take out neighbor, take out scooter, frame somebody. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. I know it's kind of hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he fakes it anyway. He may not have a clue and he may not have style. I mean, clearly he's not me if he doesn't have style. Because, seriously, have you seen these sequins? I was actually researching, apparently the term for like male to female or to overall like gender bending cosplay is called crossplay. So that's a word I learned. And apparently in Japan, it's like super looked down upon. Like overall the cosplay community is very like accepting of whatever. But in Japan, like men dressing up as female characters is very frowned upon in some communities. Fuck! Breathe. Breathe. I mean, they might not say anything to you, Jose, but would they accept you? Unclear. In general, though, like, the Japanese have a, like, totally different... Like, the whole Lolita thing is a very different scene there, I feel like. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so Brad was saying the thing that I was thinking but didn't want to use words for, so... I feel like that ended up being like a big problem in the what's the Mastodon community. Was like a huge part of the Mastodon community was this Japanese community of like some photo sharing website or something, and they had obviously very different approaches to what they thought should be acceptable imagery. And with Mastodon and Federation, like there's actually a real problem there because you've got like local thumbnails and other things like that on the server you're using. So imagery that might be, you know, edgy in Japan, that's illegal in, you know, other places, or at least not widely accepted, could be a real problem because now you're hosting it even though you're on a different server. Ah, crap. Oh, it's kind of funny. So Jess and I had our final appointment with our family therapist earlier this week because she's moving on to a different job role. So we were talking to her, and Jess mentioned the fact that she bought me the corset, and you know, we kind of just like touched on it and then moved on. And then just was like, you know, we kind of mentioned that and then didn't cover it anymore in like our last appointment with our therapist. And our therapist was like, yeah, but see, here's the thing, like, nothing about this situation really surprises me. Like, I have known you long enough that this is not actually, like, a surprising revelation of some kind. Like, Jess, I know that you are basically a child of the 1950s and find yourself extremely uncomfortable with many, you know, more gender fluid things. Chris, I know that you are extremely performative and have always considered more, like, gender fluidity being a part of your, you know, personality. So like, yeah, it's a new thing to me, but it's entirely unsurprising about anything. And I was like, yeah, I mean, really, I just want to look pretty. And she gave me this kind of look like, yeah, okay, like, you know, fine. And so I pulled up a picture on my phone and I showed it to her. She's like, oh, you do look good. And I was like, see, I told you. She's like, yeah, I didn't really know how I was going to, like, what it was going to look like, but you know, the rainbow corset look works for you. So there we go. That was a close one. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we'd make it. Maybe you were right. Maybe this is too dangerous. No, I was wrong. We can climb this mountain. I've got your back, and I believe in you. That means a lot to me. Oh, yay, my fears believe in me. Alright, so I think this is World 5. Oops. Oh, okay. I've forgotten how these work, but... Oh, that's a pit. There we go. Fuck. Okay, need to look for a key. It's up there. How can I get up there? I have no idea. Okay. Oh, not like that, apparently. Oh, okay. So I have to somehow... Is there a thing down here? Okay. Okay. But yes, I was amused at my therapist, both at her reaction being like, yeah, no big deal, followed by her reaction of like, oh yeah, you do look good. Like, that is a thing. And I was like, aw, thanks. Make me feel special. You should realize that you are doing exactly what encourages me. The other amusing thing, of course, was that, you know, we were kind of like, well, we're gonna miss you. You know, we don't know what we'll do anymore. And but we both agreed, like, we've been going to family/couples therapy for like 7 years now, and so we talked about it and decided that, like, we think this is gonna be okay. But you know, we told her that, and she's like, actually, no, like, you've had all of the conversations, like, you know my part. Like, you're totally capable of just having, like, one of you can just pretend to be me at each part of the conversation, because you know all the things I'll say already. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of true. So I think she probably would have just said, like, huh. Or something like that, because like her original take was very much like, you know, it wasn't rude, but it was like it was clear that she didn't know exactly what to expect from what I had described, and so I think that it was very much like once she looked at it, she had a like, you look really good, you know, reaction that she was not expecting to have. Hello, Terry. Hello, David Grant and Rockslide. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Army of Dark. That means that we've got a Dark Jake 13 coming in here right now. I did not lose a bet, but my bet is that someone did lose a bet. Thanks for subscribing, Rockslide. And we are currently trying to finish up Celeste here. We are currently, you know, on the final world. So we're on World 7 of 7, I think, and World 7 is kind of a recap of all of the mechanics of the previous 6 worlds. So we are currently recapping the mechanics of World 5, and so my assumption is that I will at some point have to recap the mechanics of World 6, and then maybe we'll be on to an end boss. Hello, Game Boy. I'm not wearing a Corvette. Corvette's the kind of car I want to drive. It's a very different thing. So yeah, I am wearing a pretty outfit. I got rainbow fishnets. I've got a beautiful corset, rainbow tutu, bow tie, armbands. I got all kinds of things. So, what game were you playing, Dark Jake? Are they shockingly good cars? Really? That's right. I look good. That's what I do. See, I have always wanted a Corvette. Like, it is one of those, like, you know, it's a car. I've always loved them. When I was growing up, they were one of the few cars that was, like, you know, in the American model and price range and everything else like that, that had the round taillights. And so for me, like, I've always associated the round taillights with, you know, a car I'd want. And so, like, you know, a C5 Corvette in the, like, mid-90s or late 90s or something like that is something I've always wanted. Since you were born, you've wanted one. Wow. Blue Blaz Cross Tag Battle. What kind of game is that? It sounds a little bit like a Battle Royale style game, but I'm probably just too much into the Battle Royale style at this point, so. fighter game. 2-on-2 tag team fighting. Okay. So, like Street Fighter type fighting game? Or, like, something else? Let's see. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Only more Animu. So I also, Stingray, would love Stingray. But yeah, so I think the 67 to like 69 era, not the split window, because I didn't really like the split window look, but the non-split window Stingrays, that would be another thing that I would totally love. And I would be happy to take either of those. And yeah, I don't really love the 80s look as much, the early 80s look as much, I don't think. You want a Pontiac Fiero. But the funny thing is that, like, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, that's the kind of car that I'd never be able to afford. But the Corvette is actually a pretty cheap car. I mean, nothing, it's not cheap, but, you know, compared to the status of, like, a lot of the muscle-y cars that it goes with, like, you know, it's not like they're the same class, but the Corvette and the Dodge Viper are both kind of in the same space of, like, American race cars, or at least they were when I was growing up, and the difference in price between them is just massive, right? Like, one of the, oh, that's not okay. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they are now, but they're like $40,000. Like, my GTI was 28, at least list. I did get it cheaper than that, but sure, certainly it's easy to say I would take any car if someone was giving it to me. It's true. But yeah, I mean, my favorite eBay car story is actually my grandfather. His very first purchase on eBay was a Porsche 911. 911? I think so. And so my dad has been doing eBay for years. Like, my dad did so much eBay that one time the UPS guy, like, who had been dropping off things at our house every day for months, like, he literally, like, stopped his truck, like, got out and, like, went in the back, stopped his truck at our house, got out, went in the back, and then, like, went back in the truck and drove away because he was just so used to every day stopping at our house that, like, he just assumed. So my dad was an eBay, like a huge eBay advocate for a long, or like user for a long time. And he gets a call from my grandfather, and he's like, hey, so how does this eBay thing work? And so my dad's like going through it, and he's like, so why are you asking? And he's like, well, so I bought a car on eBay, and I'm trying to figure out, like, when I go look at it and decide whether I should buy it or not. Like, I won the bid on a car, and now I'm going to decide if I want to buy the car. And of course, that is not how eBay works. You have agreed to pay for this car. And so my dad was just so incredibly upset that, you know, he's got, you know, he clearly knows that my dad has been doing eBay stuff because he called to ask for advice, and he, but he called after he'd already made the purchase, so. Yeah, Rock, I mean, I'm usually a retro game player on Mondays, and so for me, a game like this is not good. For me, a game like this is not as rage-inducing as it might be for someone else, because I'm just used to rage. Okay. Careful, thoughtful. Boom, boom. Jump, hit that, boom, boom, fuck. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. We spend the night together in my room. But yeah, so for a long time, a Corvette was definitely the car that I would want. I mean, the biggest thing about Corvettes, of course, is they're two-seaters. And that makes it really, you know, you kind of have to have a second car. And living in Cambridge or the city, I don't expect that I'll ever be in a position where I can, like, I will want to own 2 cars. It's possible that if we ever move to the suburbs or I get, like, Jay Leno rich, maybe I'll have multiple cars. But as it is now, that's not really a thing that I expect to happen. Either to become Jay Leno rich or to move out of the city. Fuck, I didn't have any more dashes. Dashing through the spikes as a character in Celeste. Oh my goodness, this is not really going the best. I will die a lot, but it is just okay because the game is all about the dying in the hay. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells. No. I mean, the biggest thing for us is just that, like, having a car in the city is so annoying. Like, trying to park it anywhere is a nightmare. We are lucky that we have 1 off-street spot. Most apartments don't even have that. And we are, but, like, we pretty much don't drive the car if we're going in the city because there's no place to park it. Yeah, so we've just got a 1-car driveway spot. Oh, seriously? God damn it. I mean, so it has a pretty good transit system. I'm not gonna say otherwise, but it pales in comparison to something like New York. It's way better than anything on the West Coast, but New York and even DC have better metro systems. Boston's, like, my therapist is a 15-minute drive, or I have to leave the house an hour beforehand if I want to go see him via public transit. And I still do public transit because, like, it ends up being easier with everything else, but it's definitely not ideal. All right, let's do this. Yeah. Like, it is definitely a very a large difference from either suburban or rural areas, and it has a decent transit system. One of the biggest problems with actually a couple of different transit systems, New York has this problem too, is that, like, poor maintenance and, like, changing ridership and, like, policies and other things like that have kind of fucked over both the Boston and New York City transit system. In fact, New York City's ridership is going down because their reliability has sunk as the result of a new set of, like, track like delay timers. I read an article about this just earlier this week, and so because, like, now the speed limiting stuff in New York is kind of basically just broken, like, a lot of the trains are taking longer than they should to get where they want, and as a result the on-time percentage has dropped from, like, I don't know, like 80% to like 40%. So I thought Jess played the song for you. Let me tell you the story of the man named Charlie. Put 10 cents in his pocket, kissed his wife and family, went to ride on the MTA. And did he ever return? No, he never returned. His fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever 'neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. Anyway, yes. Charlie is a character in the song Charlie on the MTA, which was basically like a political jingle back in, I don't know, a long time ago, because someone had added a 5-cent exit fare to the MTA's pricing scheme. And so to, you know, argue against that, they released the Kingston Trio wrote the song Charlie on the MTA, and it ends with basically saying, you know, if you want to get Charlie off the MTA, you have to vote for George O'Brien, because he will get rid of this exit fare system that we've implemented. And for whatever reason, the MBTA decided that this, like, ultra-critical political jingle was the mascot that they wanted to pick for their transit system. So, more power to them, I guess, on that. I have seen Ghost. I saw Ghost long before I moved to Boston, and would not have realized that in any way. Ghost is am I thinking the one, it's the one with Oprah Winfrey in it or whatever? Oh fuck, I should fuck that up. Well, thanks, Rock. I'm not that good of a singer, but I appreciate the thought. I'm a decent ad-libber, I think is what it comes down to. Like, I just like mix things up. Like, I put a little bit of music in, I put everything else in, and that's because I am an utterly racist hack. What do you want from me? I saw the movie when I was like 9. I don't remember. I will admit that Whoopi Goldberg made more sense than Oprah. I probably should have thought that one through a bit more, but... I don't know. Brad can either back me up or not back me up on Carlos Maza looking like Jose. But here's the thing, Carlos Maza's not a Mexican. So I can't think you look like Carlos because he's a Mexican, because he's not. He's Nope. Yeah, I think his parents are Cuban. He said. I mean, he was born like he was born. I don't know. My memory is that like he lived in Miami, and I think his parents were Cuban, but I honestly don't remember at this point. I do not think all Latinos are Mexican. That is not true. No, I think that, like, he looks like you because you both have, like, beards and glasses, much more so than because he's a Mexican. And I wouldn't even know he was gay until, like, I looked up his Twitter and the name was Gaywonk, so... There we go. Have a good night, Jess. We're so close. We're gonna make it. Yeah. What's wrong? I'm sorry. I was holding you back. I need to learn to trust you. It's not your fault. I tried to leave you behind, and honestly, I've been trying to leave you behind my entire life. I'm sorry. I wish I tried to understand you sooner. I was too proud or stubborn or something. We wasted so much time and energy. At least we're finally talking about it. Yeah, I'm glad the mountain brought you out. I think we can move past this. If we can climb this mountain together, we can do anything. What if we don't make it? I'd be okay with that. You would? Of course. I'm just glad we're trying. I really needed to do this. I'm finally starting to understand why. Let's finish it. Yeah, no, Jess, this is Madeline's depression talking, so we have had a lot of these conversations before. For both of us. Alright, more beer. I love you too, dear. Have a good night. Fuck. I don't know what that flag did, but okay. Oh, my hair changes color when I use my thing. So when I'm out of, like, dashes. I agree, Stingray. I don't think I was doing character voices, but I do think the inflections are pretty good. I appreciate it. Because everyone's criticizing me for my voices. Okay, so I got 28 flags to go, I guess. Alright, where do I want to go? I want to go this way? Okay. I think this is like the Sonic, the super crystals. I don't have the super crystals. I'm a little bit confused though. Oh, were there flags before that I was going through? Hello? Hello? Where do I go? I never noticed the flags before, no. Okay. Oh, the hair thing. Yes, I just noticed the hair thing. That is correct. Pink means I have, like, 2 dashes. Red means I have 1 dash. And blue means I have no dashes. Okay, what can I do here? Go up. I can't go up. Like, I can't figure out how I can go up enough. Well, maybe I can try this. Didn't try this yet. Yeah, that didn't work. Wondering if this clouds would make it any easier if I didn't have them. Think. There we go. Okay, 27 flags to go. Okay, and so the flags are continue posts, which thus far have always been rooms, but are now flags. Okay. I was kind of amused because although our family therapist was like, yeah, I'm not surprised at you wearing, you know, a rainbow corset or whatever, my personal therapist was, I think, much more kind of like, not upset, just like, really? That, like, I don't get it. And I was like, yeah, I guess, you know, some things that I haven't covered here because we've only been doing things together for, you know, 4 years instead of 7 years. Go here. So yeah, I had noticed her hair changing color before Stingray, but I hadn't really associated that, like, it was directly associated with the number of dashes I had left. Don't care about strawberries, don't care about anything at all. Don't care about strawberries, cause they're gonna make me fall. Don't care about strawberries, they're just another thing to get. Don't care about collectibles, they're not in my active set. Alright. Fuck! Alrighty. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is like one of the unstated rules of CPG, which is that, like, I don't do collectibles, which I should really add to the collection of rules about CPG. I mean, it's not like I don't have enough of them at this point, but yeah. I mean, I'm not a Ferengi. I don't have 285 of them, but I do have a fair number. Alright, so... 15? 14? I should not delete the rules entirely. That is incorrect. The rules are an important part of the CPG thing. The rules are important. It's hard to cheat in Steam games. Let's usually cheat in retro games. Save states are the most effective way of cheating, so... Take care, Huckside. Enjoy your pizza, enjoy your Netflix, enjoy your beer. That sounds like a lovely evening. The giraffe is back. He's gonna help me through the rest of the stream. I have found that Brad is equally cranky, regardless of how much sleep he's gotten, so... Fuck. How am I supposed to get over there? Okay. Ah! Used up all my dashes getting over there. Trying to figure out. Ah! Okay, I think that's the trick. Get onto that top lip. Then make it to that other wall. Okay. Also, something about gams probably counts. Probably negatively impacted your mood as well. I don't know what a gam is, but oh. Why are they called gams now? I don't understand this. Ah! Fuck. Shit. This approach might not work. So my thought was I had to go here and then jump up and then like jump from there, but my character gets tired of wall climbing at that point. And maybe that's not the approach? That was too long. That was dumb. Ah! I don't have another dash to use. Alright, let's try dashing for the far wall and trying to hop that side. Because climbing is fucking hard. Like, how much mountain climbing? How much mountain climbing have you done, sir? Okay, I think that time I could have done it by oh, okay, I think I got that. Destroyed your grandma's tamale. Oh no. Why were you making a tamale for your grandma, though? I mean, I guess the answer is probably because she wanted a tamale, but it seems odd. Oh, okay. So it's not the tamale for your grandma, it's the tamale from your grandma. God damn it. I don't know why the fuck I just had lag, but it totally screwed me. Ah! Fuck! Okay, I actually pulled it off and then I fucked it up by double dashing into walls. Good job, CPG. Alright. Fuck! Don't jump right into spikes. Okay. Jump, 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 jump. Nope. Jump, 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 jump. Oh. Jump, 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 jump. Boom, 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 bah! Got a boom, boom, bow. No! Oh shit! I thought I was just gonna go straight forever to that purple thing, but it was not. I was like, I have solved this riddle. The problem has been fixed. Good job. Climb first, then jump. Good. Oh, we're not good. Not all is well. Region of C, page 8. Alright. Oh. But yes, I understand that, like, there's this idea of fake saltiness and being upset at things, but I have a very hard time understanding it and picturing it and, like, mentally processing it. So there's a lot of things that, while they are said and meant as jokes, I have a hard time taking that way. But we knew that. It's not like that's news. Oh! Oh! Yes! Haha! Didn't think I was gonna make it, but I did. Oops. Walked right into spikes, but, you know, that's fine. I have the same question. Oh, there's spikes there. Not getting the goddamn strawberry. Rule number 14 of CPG, added today. Don't collect collectibles. I have been to California, yes. But I only in Google offices, and they don't serve me tamales very often. I did have a burrito in the Mission District once. That's pretty authentic. I think of it as like a pepper, but I bet it's not. Okay, so I think I need to use my 2 dashes. One here, but then, oh, there's walls I can cling to. That doesn't seem like it's gonna help. Oh, I guess it is because of this upward draft. I have a follow-up question. What's masa? Because I'm pretty sure the one use of it that I would know is not the same one, because it's an internal Google code name. So are they corn flour tortillas? It's just like a mixture of... So what's the... Like, if it's a dumpling... Oh, it's wrapped in the leaf of corn. Okay. So do you eat the wrapper? Because, like, generally, corn husks are not a thing that I would consider food. Okay, I know grits. The wrapper is not eaten. Okay. Alright, I'm getting closer now. Yeah, I've definitely never had a tamale. I've heard the term. I'm aware they're a thing that exists. I feel like Stingray is maybe joking about that. Because you're in the South. The South is where grits come from. I think there's a lot of variation in Grits. West Virginia is south. Sorry, Stingray. You're wrong. I'll give you a lot of credit on a lot of things, but West Virginia is not south, is not one of them. Sorry. We'll just have to agree to disagree on that front. Ah! West Virgia's south. As a stupid northerner, I insist. Yes, I understand that they did not, like, separate from the Union during the Civil War. Like, I get that. I understand their historical position here. However, I stand by the fact that they are part of the South. Ah! God damn it. I mean, Appalachia is its own unique thing. I don't. You're actually right there. Like, you know, the whole central Appalachian region could, like, and this includes, like, parts of Kentucky. The part of Kentucky that my brother got married in is probably more, like, similar to West Virginia than, you know, Georgia by far. Fuck! Okay. I don't actually know what grits are made of. I know what they are because I've had them. Google has them at lunch often. Fuck! Hello, Cow Dizzle. 13, that's how many. Oh, hominy. Got it. What's a hominy? Is that like a vegetable of some kind? Fuck! Oh, corn. Okay. Lots of different things you can do with corn, I guess, is what I'm learning here tonight. Well, yeah, I mean, grits are, well, I don't know. I guess people eat grits in all kinds of different ways, but usually grits are like a base for other foods when they have them at work. Like, you'll have grits, or not maybe a base, I don't know, whatever. Grits are grits. Zebra is very much feeling that we should stop this conversation, I feel like. Sorry, the giraffe. I misspoke. Fuck! Do you eat a lot of grits in where you are, Cowdizzle? I wouldn't think of that as being a grits-heavy part of the country. Oh, seriously? Ah, your family's in North Carolina. Gotcha. Well, so the Russians have potatoes instead, right? Like, I feel like potatoes are to Russia as corn is to large chunks of America. I mean, if I didn't eat at Google, there is no way, like, grits would not ever be really a part of my diet. I don't think I've ever seen them on a restaurant menu. Actually, that's not 100% true because now they're becoming hipster food. So, like, polenta and grits and, like, kale all end up on things lately. But, that wasn't true for a long time. So, there is some level to which grits are becoming a hipster food. I would say that to me, grits have a similar consistency to oatmeal, but a very different flavor. I would say like they're like cream of wheat, be kind of how I'd think of it. It's like as far as things that I have personal experience with outside of grits. Also, grits, as far as I can tell, can be kind of like, they can have different consistency. I also know from watching my cousin Vinny that quick grits are not at all acceptable. But yeah, Google loves to have like these various bases that are all, I don't know, somewhat gross. Yeah, quinoa and grits and like, I think there's one other one that I'm thinking of, but I can't remember what it is. Maybe just polenta. Yeah. My cousin Vinny is my primary experience with grits. Oh, fuck. Brad is a big quinoa fan, apparently. I told him quinoa sucked, and he was like, I can no longer speak to you. Ah! SnapClickCat's probably like lurking in the chat and being like, how can you talk so much shit about grits? You are not from a place that can talk shit about grits. Anyway, I'm excited about VidCon. I picked out a, I went through and looked at the schedule and found a bunch of different talks that I'm interested in seeing, because I no longer care about the idea of YouTubers who make a living off of YouTube, because I no longer am going to work there and feel like everything has to be sustainable. I'm picking a very different conference schedule than before. A lot of what I picked before was a lot more about like sponsor deals and brand deals and other things like that. Not because I thought it would personally impact me, but because I wanted to get a better understanding of how people could actually make a YouTube career and living like work and make money. And this year I am definitely not doing that, so. Oh, you can comment, Nathros. I'm talking about like me and like a bunch of other people who don't eat grits. You would be the exception to this, not the rule. Oh, fuck. It does, Brad. On each world, you have a death counter, and there's an overall one at the like, start screen. Well, what the fuck? Oh, there's a spring. Oh man, so Google makes McDonald's style hash browns, and I don't know, like, I don't know, no one else makes McDonald's style hash browns anywhere I've ever been, so I don't know why that is, but the like cakes of like the McDonald's style like caked hash brown things, which I don't like, I don't know if those are actually considered hash browns by anyone who would cook hash browns, but they're so good. When it's hash browns and bacon days, like, those are pretty rare because bacon's already a pretty rare thing. I mean, they may, but they don't buy them that way from McDonald's. That's all I know. But yeah, like, when there's a hash browns and bacon day, which is pretty rare because both hash browns and bacon are pretty rare and they rarely come together, those are the best days. Alright, let's take more beer. Ah! I gotta figure out how to get on an angle there. You can do it, CPG. Deep breaths. Anyway, Cowdizzle, I'm happy you're here. I hope you had a lovely week and are having a great Friday. It's good to see you. Or whatever. I guess see is maybe the wrong word. I say see all the time though, so why am I upset about it in this particular case? I have no idea. And for anyone else who's here and enjoying themselves or not enjoying themselves, I'm happy to have you here as well. I am, you know, always happy to try and make your stay a more enjoyable one. Unless your stay is going to be designed to make sexual comments about what you would like to do to me sexually, in which case that's a bit weird and maybe you should find another hobby. Not that that happened earlier tonight or anything. You can have all the sexual thoughts you want, just keep them to your goddamn self. Alright, so what? Up, and then dash over or slide over? Slide over. But then I think I have to dash. Right, up, slide over. Up, slide over, up. Up, slide over. That's good. My week kind of sucked. On Monday, we realized that a job had been stuck not running for the past 3 days, so I had to clean up all of that, and it turns out that it's hard. So it took me a while to do things, so... Well, I'm glad you like it, Stingray. I'm almost done with this game, I feel like. I don't know what the, like, end boss is going to be. I feel like there's gonna be one, because I feel like it would be kind of odd not to have one. Oh, do I have to go up at an angle? That's what I have to do. Up, up. I mean, Brad doesn't technically live in China for most purposes, like as a network level. I think he died 1,000 times here. Oh, you think probably? Probably not quite that many. This is a really hard, tricky maneuver though. It's up like that, and then to the left, and then angled up to the right is my plan. Up, walk left, up, walk right, and then dash left. Ah! But make it. This is definitely, you know, reminding me a lot of the Super Meat Boy. The last 45 minutes or hour and a half of the game was just me, like, trying to beat one level. Okay, so I don't think that's right. I think I have to, like, can I dash and then go up? I haven't even tried that. I think I can interrupt a dash with a dash, at least not very effectively. Could be that I have to go like this and get through that at an angle and then go over. I don't think you can go through that on an angle. Means that I somehow have to... Okay. So, up, over, left, up. Up, over, left. Oop. Up, over. Does Hong Kong still live, like, kind of outside of the general, like, Chinese world? Because I thought, like, China took back over in '99, right? Does that not affect things as much as it should? The whole map situation around, like, Macau and Hong Kong. Macau? I feel like Macau is also, like, a weird state. Or is there another one? I don't know. There's two subparts of Hong Kong, of China, that have, like, completely different... So, like, China has weird regulations about mapping systems that mean... Oh, I wonder if, Okay, that's not gonna work. Like, yeah, that doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, so the parts of, like, China has a weird legal requirement that everyone who is going to display their maps, like, offsets them, which is a problem when you have things that come from satellites, which, like, the map data isn't coming from China, obviously, and it's coming from space, and whatever. So, if you look around the borders between Hong Kong or Macau and, the rest of China, you get these really weird things where, like, the satellites and the maps and everything else like that can't line up because you can't actually display these things on the same map because they, like, overlap each other. And so you have a legal requirement to display China in this weird shifted coordinate system. It isn't actually where things are. And, like, Hong Kong and Macau have the requirement to not do that, but then where they intersect, things get weird. Yeah. Well, and then, like, there's, like, a requirement that if you're going to release a GPS chipset, that you have to do the shifting as well, and all this crazy shit. South Korea also has, like, requirements that, like, South Korean map data can't be copied outside South Korea. Oh, that would have worked really well had I actually gone the right way. Gonna not do anything. Great. Alright. Over, up! Nope. That was dumb. Take deep breaths. I don't think it tells me. I could, like, quit and come back in. There we go. Climb. Alright, so what are we at? Right now we're at 1750. Nice round number. We'll check it again when we get to the next flag. Where do I even have to stand? I'm, like, now not even able to get through the first phase. Somehow going out to the menu has broken my ability to make any progress. Alright, that was at least better. That was not. Okay, keep going right. Keep going right. Keep going right. Not quite that far. Not quite that far. My goal is to dash straight up like that. Yeah, this is definitely, I think this is definitely the hardest move that I've had so far. Hopefully the next 8 moves aren't equally hard. Haha! Alright. What was that? I think that was only like a quarter of the total deaths there. So that was about 40. So yeah, I probably had about 200 deaths there-ish. Is about plausible. That's right, Cowdizzle. The best kind of deaths. Today is a good day to die. Or as Jadzia Dax taught me, today is a good day to live. What? Where's my cloud? Oh. Whew. The cloud is just someone else's computer. Sadly. More like a ephemeral instance than I really wanted it to be. Alright, there we go. It was definitely a lot less deaths than the previous flag. Ah! Good throwing. Oh no! You totally watched DS9, Jose. Don't let Brad convince you otherwise. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? Who was the security chief on the station of Deep Space Nine? Walking right into spikes doesn't seem to be working for me. See? Org has demonstrated this question is quite difficult. There was no hero of the Cardassian liberation. Cardassians are all scum. I'm watching it actively and I don't know who that is. Who the answer is for that. Damar? Damar? Never heard of him. Damak? Wasn't it Damak? He's the weird, like, exiled guy. No, maybe that's not. Maybe I'm confused. I'm not! Who's the... Okay, so there's a Cardassian who works on the station as a tailor. Who was exiled from Cardassia. And he, like, tried to get back in their good graces, but it didn't work. And then he let the bad guys go. Something like that. Kardashians and Cardassians are not the same thing. Garak. Okay. I said Damak. You said Garak. There. I mean, there was an AK in there and some A's, and we're good. I feel happy with that level of success in naming. Garak. Garrick? Garrick. Anyway, all I know is he's like super mysterious, and he then snitches on the woman whose students are there and tells the central committee about them, and then it turns out that, like... Fuck! Maybe we should watch Battlestar Galactica instead of anything else. I don't like him because he seems to be a little bit traitorous, and I don't really love traitorousness people. I mean, he can be a good character without me liking him, because I like people based on my personal connections with them, not based on whether they're good characters. What is his name? The Ferengi kid. I think I'm in the part where he's being removed from the show, because now Keiko's not teaching anymore. Okay, well, he wasn't a traitor, but he was a traitor against the things I believed in. He was, like, not helping the rebellion, and he should have. I'm not sure I can handle ambiguity from anyone other than myself. Only CPG gets to be ambiguous. Oh, I can't go that way. Nog was fine. He just wasn't in many episodes, at least not ones I've seen. Maybe he gets more season 3 and 4 episodes, but that wasn't the impression I got. Or is there another Ferengi kid that I haven't met yet? I mean, I will also admit that I think I might have skipped all of Season 1, because every time I tell people I don't like DS9, they tell me not to watch Season 1, and so, like, I was like, okay, this time I'm going to actually try and watch it, and then skip most of the first season so that maybe I would. Okay, so I somehow did not see him lose his leg. So there must be more. I like Quark. He's probably my favorite character. Damn it. Yeah, Grand Nagas can go away. I mean, you say that, Jose, but I've tried to watch DS9 3 times before and gotten about halfway through Season 1 and bailed. And this is the only time I've watched further than that, so... The acting is so terrible. Like, I know that Star Trek has bad acting, and honestly, if I rewatched Next Generation now, I might have the same problem, but everything just feels so stilted and stiff. For like the entire season. There we go. 3 flags left. Almost done. I don't know who Mugi is. Oh, is this like a female Ferengi? Females wearing clothing. Wasn't there one who like pretended to be a male but she was actually a female Ferengi and she put on like the fake ears? Oh, she's Quark and Rom's brother. Or mother. Not brother. Fuck! Okay. No, that's not gonna work. How am I gonna get across that? I need a dash somehow. Doesn't Quark... Oh no, Julian wants to bang Jadzia. I just watched the House of Quark episode. That's the worst episode of the series? No. I disagree. I'll have to try and find a worse one, I guess, but you can't just disagree with a statement like that, but I do. What? That is the worst episode of the series. Oh, the falling in love with Quark thing. Okay. I was gonna say, okay, good. We at least agree that the falling in love with, like, the House of Quark episode was good. I mean, it's not exactly my fault that, like, 9 lines of chat passed between the time that the episode you were talking about was referred to and you said that was the worst episode. Like, I realized that I am not following chat perfectly, but that was a bit of a stretch. And the words profit and lace do not occur in my chat. Take care, Mathros. Aha! 2 flags left. Breaking content to D is hard. Like, you're competing against, like, a dozen YouTube engineers whose sole job is to, like, fight against you. I mean, granted, it's not to say that it's not possible to beat them, but the struggle, and you'd be better off if you were, like, a Vietnamese spammer or something, so... Called Rabbit, Jose. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh, I'm supposed to climb the wall. Okay. It's pretty hard. I mean, I think it's Super Meat Boy hard. It's you know, Castlevania 2 hard. It's you know, a couple other things like that. It's not Battletoads hard. It's not Echo the Dolphin hard. It is 100% beatable, and it has a lot of bits that are very repetitive, like, you know, skill training yourself. So if you're not used to playing retro games that are really fucking hard, I can imagine it being a real problem for people, but for me, whatever. Almost to the top of the mountain, though, I think. Hey, did it! We actually did it! I can't believe it! Wow, it's so beautiful! Look how far we've come! I'm glad I got to see this before I... Oh, right. When we leave the mountain, you won't be able to talk to me anymore. At least not like this. Yeah. I know that we need to go home eventually, but it'll be scary to lose this body. You'll still exist, though. You were part of me before we came here. Yeah, I know. But I'm gonna have to depend on you to listen to me, even if I can't talk to you in person anymore. I can't go back to how it was before. Or the mountain. Don't worry, I can't go back to that either. I really want us to work together from now on. I believe you. But I'm still nervous. So, now what? Let's just enjoy this for a bit. That's it. There's no final boss. I'm actually a little bit, I don't know what it would have been like, but I kind of expected one. Hooray! That's been... Thanks. Rusty Bones, yeah, the zebra is from John Oliver, so there's an after credit scene? Okay. Stick around. Thanks. Anyway, yeah, so Celeste was definitely a fun game. It was difficult, but not, you know, inappropriately difficult. It was there's that one thing on flag 8 that was tough. Like dying 200 times in the same spot is rough. But most of it was just like you have to puzzle it out and then you have to be good enough at it. So it was good. I mean, there's some aspects of 3D here, right? You've got at least the backgrounds and you've got the photos and other things like that, so. Another thing that Celeste has, which other things don't have, is like an assist mode. So if you do really get stuck, you can turn on assist mode and it can make things a bit easier. But fair enough. What about the selfies I took with Theo, though? Are those 3D? Oh, there was also the visuals right at the end. I don't know. Yeah, so it actually got like a positive review from a bunch of people of being a pretty good assist mode, so. But yeah, it was a cool story. It didn't really kind of kick in until like the 4th or 5th world, but I think it was a cool story, and it was fun. I mean, the art is great. The music was not intrusive and not like overwhelming, but it was pretty good. And I really like the whole kind of the idea of take your fears and your anxieties and everything else like that and have them be a separate person is definitely like a cool one. I'm gonna talk to the old lady. Welcome back. Madeline, did you make it to the summit? Yeah, we did. It was incredible. Beautiful, isn't it? I didn't think it would be worth it, but it totally was. Aw, she actually said a happy thing. I should have given you my phone so you could take the ultimate selfie. Good evening, everyone. Oh, it's Mr. Oshiro. What are you doing here? A little bird told me there was going to be a party. RSVP by bird, positively magical. But if I am unwelcome, I shall take my leave. That sounds like me. I want to, but I can't. Please stay, Mr. Oshiro. It's good to see you. I mean, she's like ghostly. Her hair gets to float. You know, this is the first time I've seen you outside that hotel of yours, Oshiro. I'm glad you made it. Madeline here is baking us a pie with all the strawberries she's been collecting. I only have like 7 strawberries. Oh, that's wonderful, Miss Madeline. I haven't had strawberry pie since I was a kid. This is gonna be amazing. Don't get your hopes up. She's not much of a baker. You also said I wasn't a mountain climber, but look at me. True. True. I can't promise it'll live up to the hype, Theo, but I tried my best. I mean, why would you promise a strawberry pie? So, how does it taste? Yeah, so is this like 3D? I guess not. I guess this is technically a pie. Is this some kind of joke, Miss Madeline? Strawberry pies are supposed to have strawberries in them, dear. Well, I didn't get any goddamn strawberries, so maybe you shouldn't have asked me to bake a strawberry pie, you doof. 1,887 deaths. 7 hours and 5 minutes playtime. It's not bad. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, I figured as much. Oh, so what's this? About a year later. Hey there, kiddo. Nice to see you again. Here's a cave I told you about on the phone. Follow me. So is this actually going to be like another challenge? Because I don't... Oh no, I can't double jump. Madeline's gone. Other Madeline's gone. Fuck. Wait, why can't I, like... I can't dash. Like, what about that? That's weird. Oh, my hair changes color. Okay, so I have to jump here to here to here to here. What is this place? This passage leads to the center of the mountain. You said you wanted to come back and explore deeper. Doesn't get any deeper than this. Be careful, though. When you get this close to the heart of the mountain, its power will start affecting you differently. Yeah, I already noticed some of that. Good luck in there. Okay, yeah, so this is just more extra game. Which is not really relevant to me because I'm not going to play that, so. Okay. So yeah, overall we are at 1,892 deaths. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I am going to go back in. Three. 4. 5. 1,897, 1,898, 1,899, 1,900. Alright, there we go. Yes. 1,900. Oh no! I went one too far! God damn it, I miscounted. Shit. Ruined! Now I gotta die 99 more times to fix that. Alright. So yeah, so that was my Celeste. Do you remember how long it took you, Stingray? I'm curious. If you don't remember, obviously it's fine, but... Do we wanna watch some shit in the lounge? Do we want to raid somebody? Do we wanna do something else? Do we wanna admire my beautiful gams? No pirates. I'm done with that. Have a good night, Stingray. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'm not playing more games tonight. I'm done with games. It's 1:05 a.m. Wario's Woods. I play a single round of Wario's Woods for 20 to 45 minutes. I'm not doing that tonight. No, I'm done gaming. I'll watch something with people if they want, but I'm not doing any more gaming. Is Gaming Lawyer anything streaming? Don't see Gaming Lawyer. Or really anyone else. You're being lurky. Lurky. Okay. Alright, well, I think I'm just gonna bail and head to bed. It has been lovely to hang out with you all. Oh, is he streaming? Oh yeah, he is. He's got like a weird thumbnail that I didn't catch him. Gaming Lawyer, it's been lovely to have you. Rusty Bones, Cowdizzle, Stingray, Jose, Brad, Leif, that's what I was going to say. Maythros has already gone to bed, and everyone else who's here or has been here. It's been lovely to have you. It's been lovely to hang out with you. It's been lovely to play Celeste. So, thanks very much, and yeah, I will catch you all later. Good night, James Baker. Good night, Yugi, who's probably in the background. Good night, Snapclick Cat, who's watching while sleeping. Good night, Moon. Good night, House. Good night, Mouse. Good night, Cat, jumping over the moon. I'm heading to bed.